evening, NFL fans. This is Scott Schertzen alongside Mr. Obi Spencer and, of course, Mr. Brandon Kay. And this is Stream Punk Sports Monday Night Football Showdown between the New England Patriots and the Buffalo Bills. This is an AFC East matchup that's going to have some severe implications on where the teams are going to seed, as well as the possibility of basically how they may face each other again come January. We are in for a big matchup here, not because of the fact, just because of the fact that New England is 8-4 and Buffalo is 7-4, but because of the fact that the weather conditions are frankly brutal with winds of upwards of 60 miles an hour, which is going to wreak havoc on the passing game. So let me start this off. Brandon, as they have the kickoff, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. This is like kind of watching your two personal bullies have like this glorious game in gym class for like popularity in the school. But no, I think this is going to be a good game. The weather, the snow lightened up a little bit. We know Buffalo is no stranger to that kind of situation. So we're going to see, I think, a pretty familiar game between the Bills and the Patriots.
Nice. Mr. Obi?
I don't know what the weather's like now. I've been watching it all day, though. I don't think there's the flag on the kickoff. I don't think there's a single thing we can predict about this game. I'm going to still take the Bills and the under, but this game is the Bills. The Bills covering the 3 points, but the under. So that's my prediction. Right. I think this game's going to come, not surprisingly, down a lot to the running game, which makes my prediction so dangerous because there's one coach who's probably prepared for this and one who isn't. And the one who's prepared is probably Belichick. But I just think the Bills are a slightly better team, and they're going to get it done. And, of course, look, there's opening plays of running play because that's what you got to do on a day like today.
Yeah, and right now they're already seeing a 3rd down and 4. Now, we talked about a little bit about this prior. This is also going to be a huge test for Mac Jones because he is from Jacksonville. He has the same situation that pretty much Cam Newton had last year, where you spend most of your career down south and don't have a lot of experience in cold weather conditions. In your opinion, Obi, I'll start with you in this case. How much of an impact could that actually have here?
I think that's usually very overrated. I mean, he has lived in New England now for a year. But I think I don't think it matters because I don't think there's going to be a lot of passing in this game. So I don't think it matters who is playing, who has been in the cold and who hasn't. No one's going to really throw the ball effectively because the wind is just going to be that kind of crazy.
And in this case, the Patriots are already on a 3 and out by fumbling on the pitch out wide on a 3rd down and 5. And now New England already has to punt. All right, Brandon, I'm going to go to you because I want to actually pick your brain on this one. You know, you have the unbridled lesser of two evils, and boy, I don't know which way it goes for you. If gun to your head, which one would you pick if you had to root for a team here?
If I had to root for a team, probably it would be it would be the Bills for sure. There's not even a doubt. Just on even personnel, like Josh Allen, I like a lot. Plus, just anytime the top dog in your class gets picked on and stuff too, like it feels good. Even if that other person does it to you, also, it's like there is a sense of spreading it around. So I would like to see some change atop the AFC East, albeit without my gangrene in there. But
so basically, so go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, I'd rather have some type of shake up at the top. This Patriots, like if we were to say we're 2 years out with Brady being in Tampa, and on this date, if the playoffs were to start, New England would A, be the home team, B, get a bye. That's insane to me.
Yeah,
I'm tired. I'm just tired of it.
I understand. And obviously, they're already showing that they're a force to be reckoned with for, I'm sorry to say this, possibly upwards of another decade. I had predicted that Buffalo was going to be the team to beat. It was going to take 3 to 5 years before New England could be able to start getting this back again. But you know what? No. In your case, do you have a prediction on this? I haven't given mine, but I'll give it in a sec.
I'm gonna go 27-23 Bills.
Okay.
So I don't want to get so quick on the Bills are going to be on this New England Patriot team is going to be the team to beat for a decade. They have won. They're 5-0 on the road. Only one of those teams has a winning record. So that's makes those road games a lot easier. Makes this whole schedule a lot easier. Like the Bills, they have not played a particularly rough schedule yet.
Mm-hmm.
If the Jets stumble into a good quarterback in the next 3 years,
mm-hmm.
if Tua picks it up and becomes a good quarterback, I don't know if the Bills are going to be the dominant force in this division. And the Bills have a guy who a lot of people, not me, thinks is a good quarterback. I think he's an NFL quarterback. He's going to have a decade-long career. I just don't know that he's going to be a great quarterback that people saw last year. So I'm not going to say that you're wrong on the Bills being back to a decade powerhouse, but I'm not going to say you're right either that Mac Jones is going to be that kind of quarterback. I have faith he can play for a decade, but I don't know if he can play for a decade at the kind of level that's going to keep winning division championships.
Sure. By the way, we're less than 4 minutes in. We've already had 2 punts. Brandon, go ahead.
No, I think out of all these quarterbacks taken this year, even in the last 2-3 years, even going back to the Daniel Jones and the Sam Darnold drafts, I think Mac Jones has been put in the best position in terms of seamlessly transitioning from college play to NFL play.
Mm-hmm.
I think all these other quarterbacks have had a rockier, even if they've made jumps in their progress and stuff like that. I think Mac Jones so far is on the smoothest trajectory in terms of being able to be an NFL quarterback for a decade, 15 years at a high level.
More than Herbert.
Yes.
Who walked into a beautiful situation in San Diego and has been just fine.
I mean, I think yes, because in this case, you've got the Belichick Kraft duo right there, that have worked together for 20 some odd years, have had success. Yes, this is new for them, but they have built a mindset of success. The Chargers don't have that yet.
Yeah, and I would only say Chargers. I would say Herbert would be the next one below, but I would say just because they've had a coaching change already, they've had a little bit of shakeup with coaching staffs and management. So with New England being the concrete, solid establishment that they are, that being said,
mm-hmm.
but I definitely think Herbert is definitely in that consideration.
Okay.
Yeah. But right now, as far as this game goes, this is so far hasn't done much yet, but only 1 pass play, incomplete. A lot of running. Like I said, it's going to be upwards of 60-degree temperatures, which could, frankly, even affect the run game just by virtue of the fact you get a stiff breeze that could push someone the wrong way, which would be kind of funny.
In the pregame, the wind blew, and Susie fell, but Booger fell too.
Yeah.
And Booger is a big boy.
I was going to say, Booger is probably like 250, 260 at the bare minimum. Maybe 280.
They all were moved by that.
Yeah. Susie Colbert, I can see it, but yeah, it takes a lot to push over Booger McFarland. Temperature right now apparently is 36 degrees with a wind chill of 26. In a weird twist, on Saturday in Buffalo, it's going to be 62 degrees. So go figure.
Yeah.
But
that's for us like the next week or so. It's just very up and down.
Yeah. But it's not. It's the crowd has no problem right now. They're all out in force.
No, this is relative to them. This is still nice weather.
Oh yeah, but I don't think
it's just the wind. That's a little.
At those flags. Look at the flags.
Yeah. Yeah. But you're looking at a matchup here which could be very well, very, very low scoring. 17-13 is probably even plausible, I would say.
Yeah.
But like I said, the crowds are out in force, and I like that. Yeah, temperature right now feels like 24, they're saying. Wind is currently 25 to 35 with gusts upwards of 55 miles an hour. Oh, dude. Yeah, Mac's going to be tested tonight. By the way, if any of you guys have comments, if any of you guys have comments or thoughts or anything you want to let us know, drop it in the chat. If you have, anything you want to cover when it comes to betting, what your predictions are, fire away, be our guest. We will respond in kind. So fire off. Yeah. Sorry, Ob, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that this is a different kind of test for a quarterback. This is not testing yourself against the other 11 men on the other side of the line. This is Mother Nature, and Mother Nature has her whims. Like we've seen games like this before where crazy weather and just one pass is all it takes the entire game, and then somebody hits a pass, one deep pass, and they throw it longer than they normally could, and the wide receiver is fast enough to cut underneath it, catch it, and it makes all the difference in the world. But still, games like this isn't rain and snow. This is wind. Wind is a lot harder to deal with than rain and snow.
Yeah. That's why they're still keeping the ball on the ground.
It's definitely the most unpredictable out of the normal football, weather elements that we've seen.
Sure. Yeah. Harkens back to that one Sean Landetta punt in Chicago where the ball literally just flew off his foot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that was great. Well, not for me, it wasn't, but
Speaking of kicking, can I apply to be the Jets kicker? Like, do they have like an Indeed post or something? This is really absurd.
They're on Monster, I think, or Dice.
Oh my God. I don't get how you win a competition. You
come into your first the wind.
What?
That punt. You could.
That was terrible. That was just terrible. Terrible.
No, but this kicker that they bring from God knows where. They have some type of open kicking competition during the week. He beats out whoever. And then they finally score 2 touchdowns on their first 2 drives. Shank. I could do that. So give me the chance. Give me a jersey and a helmet.
Well, could you kick 15 yards? Because that's all the New England kicker just put up.
I was going to say, there you go.
That's what I'm saying. Like, for extra point, like, come on, dude. Like, it wasn't no 55-yard or even 45-yard field goal. Like, this was your basic extra point.
Mm-hmm.
This is the worst game the Jets have had ever.
Yeah, I was going to say right now, Joe Judge is trending on Twitter. A couple things here. Basically, they got a couple players that tested positive for COVID. Quarterback coach and also guard Wes Martin. Obviously, the Giants have a new quarterback.
He ran laps.
Yes, and I was going to say Jordan Love has now come down with COVID as well.
Well,
he's not taking the Vitradol or whatever he's taking.
He can't afford that. He has to actually afford regular medicine.
Oh. He's still on the family health insurance.
Yeah, the under 25 students.
Those NFL benefits didn't kick in yet.
No. I'm going to steer away from the health insurance conversation now.
Okay.
Definitely a conversation we don't want to be getting down. This is going look, even the running backs haven't been able to get going yet. And I think a lot of that is because these teams are going to put 8 men in the box and let you try to throw the ball. Both teams, I think they're going to go ahead and try to run the ball against us. And if the wind, I can't tell if it's a cross or one way or the other with that 15-yard kick. If it's a situation where you can't even punt into the wind.
Oh yeah.
This is going to make for a very interesting moment. Let's see if we can see what this kick does.
Yeah,
I don't know. It looked fine.
But this is the kind of thing that's going to make a huge difference because now, I was going to say Buffalo had the ball at the 40-yard line, which is now the 45-yard line. It's such a mess right now. I'm loving it.
50 to 55 miles an hour left to right.
Maybe this is the day we get that 70-yard field goal I've always been hoping for.
Oh, well, we passed it.
But yeah,
No,
you see,
this is going to be runs, pitch outs,
This
basic
is
screens.
this is
There's no way anybody's taking a 20-yard shot down the field.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. You might be able, if it's left to right, meaning from one end zone to the other and not across the field. Right now, Buffalo can kick a 70-yard field goal and go for 30-yard passes. You have to score with the wind at your back if it's that kind of day.
Oh yeah. But they've only got, well, they got 8 minutes left in the first quarter, so they'd have to flip pretty soon.
It's just like a deep fly ball that just carries out of with that wind.
Yeah.
And and even at Citi Field, deep fly balls can occasionally go out of there too.
Oh yeah.
But Citi Field is, I don't know, bring the fences in or something, man. Yeah, I would not.
Fanjexer with the opposite opinion. Football's an inside sport for Fanjexer.
Thank you. Yes, I'm not actually entirely against that.
So Fanjexer, I'm going to ask you
I've been saying that, Scott. You remember I had that segment in one of our projects where I specifically said all stadiums should be domed.
I do remember that, and I remember that was an interesting concept.
I think I did. And I think this was before SoFi. So I think at that time, this was 2 years ago, 2.5 years.
The first down.
I think it was eight out of the 32 teams had fully domed or dome capability.
Sure.
And I had a whole set, and I've been saying that these all should be indoors. I was never a huge fan of like these snowy football games. I never got the hype as much as everybody else.
Now that I disagree with. I love that kind of thing. I think it's really funny when you have games like that. So,
yeah, you just gotta stop auto pressing. I mean, that dude's talking to somebody else.
Hey, listen, I'm just saying. I'm just gonna let him roll. Let these guys talk. So, I have no problem with it. Hey, it's a fumble. So, all right, so fine. There, I'll give you that one. I'll throw that one up there. Hurts is a bust. But I mean, oh my God, another
quarterback. Oh yeah, who? Maverick. Yeah, he was great.
That was it. By the way, that was another fumble on the handoff. That's not, and that really wasn't anything with the wind. I think that was just sloppy handoff.
Oh, that was
just sloppiness.
Yeah.
Jeez, this may go down. It's early to say, but this may go down in history. It's like one of the all-time worst games on Monday Night Football. Sadly, not a 3-0 final.
Now, so you see that video of Minshew afterwards with his dad?
Yep.
And he's in his bomber jacket, Top Gun.
Which, there you go, Minshew mania.
Came to the game in his bomber jacket. I mean,
I honestly, though, I dig it. Mm-hmm. I dig the whole Minshew mania. I love it.
So do I. And as an Eagles fan, along with Fanjexer, I'm all in with him. I think that not all in like he's going to be a great quarterback, but they've played about I took some of the numbers today. They've played about the same number of games. Minshew has thrown for 2,000 more yards and rushed for 500 less. So he's responsible for more yards. They have about the same crappy winning record. But Minshew has is completing the ball at 5% more. It has a 5% higher completion percentage. One is under 50, and the other's under 6, and the other's over. So it's just, I don't think it's really, one is a significantly better quarterback than the other. And I don't think there's a quarterback you're going to get this year. So try 2 years with the Minshew mania. Besides, everyone loves the backup.
I would absolutely take Gardner Minshew over any of these quarterbacks coming out this year. I don't care about Bryce Young. I don't care about C.J. Stroud. I don't care.
Yeah. What about that? Did you see the quarterback on Pittsburgh change the rules of football yesterday? On Saturday.
With that fake slide, yes. That is a good topic to talk about. I just think it's something that opens up a can of worms that doesn't need to be. Like I think just it's you want to call it nifty play, smart, but like I could see it from both hands being a good play and not a good play from like a defensive standpoint.
So I thought it was a great play the first time I saw it, and then thinking about it, I was like, that's a problem. Scott, have you seen the play?
Oh, yes, I have. I have no
think
problem with
I think
it.
it's a problem too. At the end of the day,
I don't have a problem with it. I mean,
So
you're allowed to.
So first of all, the rule is when the quarterback starts his slide, that's where he's down. So did he start a slide or did he not start a slide? And now, how do I protect the quarterback if I let a quarterback fake a slide? How do I protect him? Because now I'm going to hit the quarterback every time because I don't know if he's faking it or not.
Well, I mean, listen, there's no for right now. It's not technically illegal, so not entirely anyway. But if you look at this, I put it on mute. But
no, I think
right now
it's not necessarily that is not a rule. I think it's because of the other rules that are in place and how it plays off each other, like how a defense is supposed to play that type of situation. It can put them in a weird spot, especially like a college where these are kids. They're trying to make a name for themselves. These guys want to make it to the pros, so they might make the play, and somebody can get hurt. So it's.
But like I said, if you look at it, I mean, you can see him right there. You can see him start to do the slide. But is that a slide, or is that really something that's more considered to be just a deke?
That's what I was thinking too.
I mean, like I said, you can see it right there,
like
and I can see
weird juke or something.
Yeah, and that's the way I'm looking at this right now.
So you are correct, Fan Jackson. We did talk about last night, and last night I thought they should have gone for 2. By the middle of the day today, I thought they should have gone for 1, and now I'm back to 2. When it was live, I thought it was.
Oh, go to hell! Tackle him! God damn it!
There's your first points of the game.
Oh, who is it? Stevenson or the other guy?
Harris, I think. Yes, 65-yard run straight at the pipe.
Untouched.
The O-line was already a celebration. He was 10 yards down the line. But
not a single, no, not one, no.
But they're going for 2 in this case, which kind of makes sense. By the way, if you have a kicker on one of these teams today, you're going to be very disappointed.
If you have a kicker, you're not playing fantasy football, right?
Well, no, we have kickers on ours, but
yeah, you're not playing fantasy football, right?
Okay. I respect your opinion. Well, no, I don't. But they picked up the 2. But yeah, I mean, if you're
just the way kind of the league and the way the game was playing out and who had lost, I probably would have just tied it up and just played overtime.
So did you? He explained why he didn't go for it.
Yeah, I saw the press conference. That's why he's in the position. That's why I'm not. He gets paid to make those decisions.
So when it first happened, I was like, oh no, the 2-point conversion is better than a coin flip. But it turns out now that because of the change in rules of the that it's not just the first score wins, that now there is a better than 50-50 chance of winning based on who has a better kicker. And the Tucker is obviously the better kicker. So it's like, oh, okay, yeah, then they shouldn't have gone for it. They should have kicked the ball and given the ball for Tucker to kick a 60, 70-yard field goal or whatever. But then when I heard that the reason he didn't go for it was because his cornerbacks were out, and then watched what happened when Humphrey went down and how there was no defense left, I was like, I guess they were right. They had to win it then because they felt that Pittsburgh was going to score a touchdown.
Yeah. I have no faith in the Bills anymore. Well, still early yet, but I think this is the chance, like I said, for New England to really, really put a stamp on the season. This is a chance to win 7 straight games. Again, this is a team that has only given up 14 points or more one time in the last 6 games. And in a game like today, points are going to be at a premium. That touchdown could almost basically be qualified as like a 12-point touchdown on a day like today.
Wasn't the Jets game the first game of this win streak?
Might have been. Yeah. It is. Yes, it is week 13. I give you that point of it. But again, because of the fact that the winner of this will have a strong lock on the AFC East, that's why I'm actually making that determination. By the way, congratulations to Trevor Lawrence. He is the latest NFL player to do Subway commercials.
Oh, God.
Back when we were kids, it was the Wheaties box. Now it's Subway commercials.
Well, ever since Jared went away, they had to find a new spokes team.
Yeah, what happened to that Jared guy, too?
Take a guess.
I'm not going
to go down that road. Hey, look, the game's back. So, you know what? I have a soft spot for Buffalo. Again, anytime you have a team that's suffered for as long as they have, and you finally get a chance to be able to have a team that's strong this way, it's exciting. I get it. But so far, there has not been one single pass by Mac Jones. He went away, yes. Lol. Yeah, I don't know. What is he up to these days anyway? Is he still...
He's up to 200 pounds.
I was going to say, is he still in a government-enforced timeout?
Oh.
Which is basically what jail is? Jared.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's in that special prison.
Yeah, jail is basically
just a very long time.
Yeah. And good pass, and it picks up about 8 yards.
No, it is not. I've put a kid in timeout. It is not jail.
Like I said, a government-involved timeout. You go to your room. Just a little bit worse in some ways.
From what I understand, jail's not just going to your room. No one's ever tried to scare a kid straight out of timeout.
Buffalo with their own first down there. 4:40 left to play. This may actually also
nor do they make movies about the biggest escape from timeout.
I don't know. Was there a Rugrats episode about that?
Yeah, Clint Eastwood wasn't in
I think
escape
they called
from
that
timeout.
Yeah, that was.
I think that was. I think that was Super Bad. Wasn't that Super Bad?
Yes.
Weren't they?
McLovin. I don't even know if kids nowadays actually know the reference to McLovin. Dude, I mean, that movie's like 11 years old now.
Yeah, it's extremely bad.
Did
you see the picture of him recently, Jonah? Because he's got this Jerry Garcia role. So he's got it's still like blonde, but he's got the hair down and he's got the full.
Did he cut off his finger to really sell the part?
No, I think that's going to be
maybe CGI that a little bit.
Yeah, or some type of. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay. There's kind of the image right there. Like I said, this could end up being a fast game with so few passes being done. I mean, that's not a bad look, but they're gonna have to gray him up a little bit, which they could easily do. But
yeah, no, obviously but the foundation of it is pretty spot on.
To his credit, though, he did drop a lot of weight.
I think he did, and then he's kind of like fluctuated.
Mm-hmm.
I think depending on the roles he's taken.
That's a big part of it too. Yeah, I mean, the sucky part of basically this sort of acting thing. If you remember Christian Bale, I think didn't he drop down to like 120 pounds or something for one movie?
No, wasn't that McConaughey for Dallas Buyers Club?
Yeah,
that was another example. Yeah,
Buyers Club.
So, Yeah, usually at this point they just bulk up. You know, if you see, by the way, if you see what Chris Helmsworth looks like for the new Thor movie, holy shit, that dude is bigger than he ever has been. That's like almost rock level. All right, Allen is back.
Yeah, he started the whole
flag of the play, and that's that ball is caught, but all right, the ball's caught, but it's probably going to be a holding.
15 yards on that play.
Yeah, but there's a flag in the backfield. So. Yep, there it is. So all that pass really did is just give them another shot at third down.
Holding.
Oh, yeah. Pretty obvious on that. But now, you know what? 3rd and 17, you have no choice. You have to pass. Man, oh, you know what? Throw deep. Why not? What do you got to lose?
Yeah, unlike the Jets, when they need however many yards on third down, they'll throw for 2 or 3 yards less, hoping for some football move to get a first down.
Even though they're clearly going up against the prevent defense, and there's five, linebacker right there to basically take the guy out.
So
shotgun's back, throws it mildly deep, and well, nobody's picking that up.
You see that idiot back there wearing a Steelers jersey? The
was there?
Yeah, you said the bumblebee.
No, I didn't see that. There's always that one person that wears,
I hate when people do that. Anybody watching, if you are thinking about going to a game and wearing a jersey or even a hat affiliated with a team that is nowhere remotely close, don't do it. Please don't do it. The only time it's acceptable is all-star games, home run derbies, Super Bowls.
I'm going to stand up for those people. If you're going to a game, you're enjoying the sporting event, and if you want to wear your colors, go right ahead. Wear your colors at the game. Those are your colors. Wear them. Let people know who you're rooting for. You're not rooting for one of the two teams there.
And there, by the way, do we have a fumble on this from a weird bounce? Nope. New England's ball. Very close on that, but
no, I think he touched it.
I thought he did too. They're gonna have to review that, but yeah, you get the slide by Harry.
They're calling it Patriots.
He didn't touch it there. He didn't touch it there. No, he didn't touch it. Boy, that was a good call by the rest. But
Let's
shit, Oh no, it did touch him. It bounced off his helmet. Yes, that is technically a fumble. That is technically a fumble.
Right.
Yeah, it bounced. That is absolutely, without a doubt, a fumble.
That is 100% contact.
You throw the challenge flag there, absolutely. But I don't. Here's the thing: I don't blame the refs on that. You can see it. I don't blame the refs for not being able to see that.
Immediately, the one guy comes in, and goes, "It hit his helmet. It hit his helmet."
Yeah.
Right.
That they had to zoom in on it right
there. Right on the tip of the top bar on the face mask. Wow.
Well, the first rule of thumb is you don't get that close. If that ball bounces, you get the hell away from it. That is rule number one of punt
insane. Wow. No, he definitely touched that.
Yeah.
Are they not? Yo. Sean McDermott.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't, they start asking for your job on that.
Or who's ever upstairs and watching replays.
Josh Allen's on the field though. Maybe they ruled it.
Yeah.
No, Buffalo has the ball. They've already ruled it. So no, they got the right call.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Bill's gonna cut him tomorrow. Bye, Harry.
Yeah.
Harry.
They've been talking about how he's been a bust since he's gotten there, so it's very possible that bye Harry.
Oh, N'Keal Harry. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. And there's your first touchdown for Buffalo.
Well, that turns the game around fast.
Oh my God, yeah.
All points off of turnover so far.
Mm-hmm. Well, Harry's played with them for a couple of seasons.
And he's never been anything.
He was hurt.
Terrible. I mean,
nothing.
Hurt.
Oh, yeah. He's been terrible.
I'm just wondering if Buffalo's
also injured a lot. Like his rookie year, didn't he not play till like week 10 or so? He missed like half his rookie year.
He played 14 games. His rookie year, he played. I'm sorry, no. For his rookie year, he played 7 games.
Yeah.
Buffalo with the extra point.
Look at the uprights shaking too.
But you know what? I give Josh Allen credit. He's passing the ball well despite the wind. You know, I just wonder if starting second quarter.
We'll see when the wind goes the other way if he continues to pass as well.
Or if Mac Jones starts passing, yeah.
Yeah.
But for you guys, our predictions are down below. I'm the only one here that actually thinks that New England is going to take this game. But I want to get your thoughts. What do you think? Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let us know in the comments. If you agree with us, if you don't agree with us, if we think we're great, if we think we suck, we want to hear from it.
I just think the score is going to end up being some of these typical solo night games.
Yeah.
Mid to late 20s, low 20s, nothing insane.
Yeah, that's why I said 22-21.
Yeah. What was
what's that?
What was the spread? What was it?
3.
Yeah, home 3, home 3, right?
Yep.
Now Vegas loves this Patriots team.
Yeah, 3 on that. Over under is 40 points, by the way, which that may be tough to get too.
Yeah, but well, both of our predictions, eclipse that.
Sure.
You see yesterday with the Raiders and Washington on that last play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God!
That field goal, yeah.
And the
I give him credit. I didn't think Washington would win that game.
Pass interference before that.
Mm-hmm.
The ref is right there. I don't like. You are literally paid to only be looking at that moment, and you missed it.
At what point do they consider automating the refs that way? I know it's a ways out, but
I don't know how you could do it.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here because baseball's trying to obviously
let's automate outs at first and balls and strikes. Baseball is much easier to automate before you get to football and other sports.
Honestly, I think first base isn't an issue. I feel like a lot of these bang plays at first that I've seen, even if they've had to go to replay, more times than not, these umps have gotten it right on the field. It's definitely the strike zone that's definitely been more in questions.
That's what I'm predominantly talking about. I mean, I think the Atlantic League has automated umpires now.
Do they?
Yeah, one of the smaller leagues has automated the umpires, and you have the umpire in the back, but it gets fed to him through an earpiece what the strike is or what the ball is. So I'm totally 100% down for that.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's accurate, I mean, what's there to complain about then? At that point,
because they talk about the human element of it, and that's where I get it, but I don't like it. They want to humanize it.
But now these still make like calls on the field, regardless that that aren't strikes, like a play at the plate.
They probably still, yes, those guys still do. And then if they need to, check that, it's like they do instant replay now. I believe it's still done that way. But the ball and strike part of it, if I remember right, it's the Atlantic League. They themselves, it's like I said, it's automated, so it's never wrong.
Just that certain
first pass of the game by Mac Jones, and A bobbling catch, but a catch nonetheless. Sorry, go ahead.
I would have to watch like an inning or two of it being executed like in this situation before, because I was really not for the man on second deal, and then when that started, I was like, you know what, I'm kind of for this. I'd be lying to you if I said I didn't like it. So I would have to see it being played out. But if it's accurate and it's not like totally like you have a robot out there then I'm not gonna really be against it.
I think that it will so favor the hitters in the long run, the automated because it will mean that every hitter will be experiencing consistently a consistent strike zone. And those guys, we know how good some of their eyes are now. Wait until they don't have to question, oh, it's Bob behind the plate. It's a little outside that he's gonna give it. Or it's Joe behind the plate. He always calls that low pitch. Or he's been calling that low pitch for 3 weeks now. Like when it is consistent, I expect you'll see a boost to the hitters because it is so in their wheelhouse. The more consistency. And I think that's good for the game, by the way. I think taking that human umpire out is not a problem at all. At all. We'll get used to it real quick and be happier. And more money for the hitters because the umpire is not getting paid as much.
The pitchers will complain about it because it may actually hurt their ERAs a little bit, but it would add some intensity to baseball. The strikeout rate would probably end up dropping. You know, the hit rate, the on-base percentage, all of that would go up, which baseball needs that punch in the arm right now. So I love it. I think, like I said, it's all about getting the call right. And I think for the most part, the umpires are probably pretty cool with it, you know, because it sucks to make them wrong call and be hated that much. What I saw yesterday at that New York-Philadelphia game, I mean, the FU ref started from like 2 minutes in and didn't stop the entire game. You know, I know it's their job, but shit, that's tough on a human being.
So just to recap, you agree with me that the consistency is going to help the hitters, not the pitchers?
I believe so, yes, because there's a more uniform strike zone based on what the actual numbers are and not because, okay, that guy's behind the dugout or behind the home plate. You know, I think in this case, if you have something that's completely, like I said, uniform, the hitters can zone in a little bit better based on that.
Okay, yeah, so we agree, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear from Zerk, and I know Zerk was a ball player. I wonder how he feels about that.
I know that.
About whether and I think he pitched, so I think it'd be quite interesting to see how Zerk feels about who would benefit more from a consistent strike zone, not just from pitch to pitch, but from day to day, week to week, over 162 games.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to put my little tinfoil hat on this too, you know, it's being done this way subtly to give favoritism to certain teams and certain players. You know, because you can take the human element in there, where to use, it may be able to favor certain players like an Aaron Judge or somebody who's marketable, a little more marketable that way than it would be someone who's maybe not as familiar.
From a pitcher standpoint, I think it'll not hurt. I think it'll affect predominantly fastball pitchers more. Because if you have pitches with movement and different speeds, you can make up for having a set zone where with movability, like you could still get a guy to chase, some slider that's going to end up going 2-3 inches off the plate, like a Pete Alonso. You really think he wouldn't stop swinging at those out and away pitches just because there's a concrete strike zone in place? I don't think so.
I think he would.
It could. He could.
Because what do they always teach in baseball? You protect the plate at 2 strikes because you don't know what could be called strike 3. If you knew mathematically, scientifically, what would be construed as, a 2-strike or, what to do at strike. I can't talk anymore. If you knew definitively what was going to be a ball and a strike electronically, your need to defend the plate diminishes. So you can be a little more selective at the plate.
I think it's not something that can be made a decision without being tested because of all these X factors that we're bringing up and talking about. But it is something that I think, especially now with technology and the advances that we make, it is something that should be discussed.
Another turnover.
And possibly considered.
That turnover, just a nice run.
No, just a nice run. So, yeah. Right now, credit to Mac Jones. 1 for 1, 12 yards.
Like, we all know, when we sit down and we find out the behind the plate is Angel Hernandez, we all sit there like, God damn it. Like, like, you're going to be yelling at the TV for both teams.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
The defense of both teams. So,
when there's YouTube videos that are actually created to, like, how bad, an umpire is, he's usually the one that comes up first.
No, like, and for some reason, I feel like the league has it in to put him for the Mets games like once a week. Like, I feel like every weekend or once a series, I turn on the Mets game and he's behind the plate. Well,
it's funny because with the Mets games, you got Gary, Keith, and Ron. They will shred him royally.
Oh,
because you got a great tandem there. You got a great hitter, a great pitcher, and a great broadcaster. You have like that holy trinity of broadcasting right there. And they see so many nuances, which is why, for my money, they're like the best tandem in sports, definitely the best tandem in New York. Because they're so good at every aspect that they have, that they complement each other so well. In this particular regard, with him, they see it from the pitcher's perspective and the hitter's perspective. and Cohen's just a fan.
Screw you, Cat.
Photo. So anyway, about those Mets, they got Max Scherzer now. They got Starling Marte. He's going to block this right in the next 2 seconds, I think. Nick
keep
Folk,
that
by
same
the way,
energy when Max and DeGrom strike out 550 players a season combined.
Nick Folk with the 41-yarder. That is going to, he got that.
I would absolutely take Nick Folk back.
Oh yeah,
come on.
Yeah, I don't think he'll go back though. To be fair, I don't think that'll happen. You take the cold in this case to go 9-4, but here we are in the second quarter with the impressive score of 11-7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, after the scoring started, we've had a touchdown drive, and a field goal. We did have a punt that resulted in turnover, but that's kind of all the same drive.
By the way, we have a Bo Knows commercial for Nike right now. Bo Knows Madden. Did they bring Bo Jackson into Madden again?
Yeah, I guess
with the same Tecmo Bowl level that he had.
It seems that way.
Well, this is 8-bit Bo, so now it's not 8-bit Bo.
They brought him into the 21st century.
Yeah. Did they still give him the player rating of 176 on a Madden rating? Yeah.
They probably have several guys. I would imagine a few guys available. And Bo's doing the car commercial too with all the Heisman winners.
Is he? Nice.
Yeah, he's in that. Yep, he's in. He was in a commercial for a while. I forgot what it was even for, but it showed him transitioning from being an athlete to like a businessman. And it was a while ago. I don't even remember the product, but he's bounced around on commercials here and there. He's still finding a way to stay kind of relevant.
But for the most part, he kind of disappeared. I mean, he was hugely relevant in the early 90s.
I love this other commercial we're watching right now.
Now, see, here's my problem with the Taco Bell commercial. What are they teaching here? They're teaching, don't meet new people and form relationships. Eat your food by yourself instead.
And if you do happen to meet somebody, make sure they're as weird as you.
Exactly. You got to compliment and offset that weirdness there.
Yeah.
Although the one at the beach, it was just two regular schmoes.
Schmoes.
Yeah. Next week, Rams and Cardinals. I got another division matchup that's going to be big. But as we talked about last week, Matt Stafford's record against above 500 teams is abysmal and a half. His career win percentage is 106 against above 500 teams.
Is 406 or
106?
Oh.
Yeah.
406 we figured is actually about right because above 500 teams in the NFL have a 600 record. So 406 is what you would expect.
Yeah, he's 106 in this case. Russell Wilson, Tom Brady were good and tipped and actually went out of the end zone. Okay. Bobbled the kickoff, but that's fine. It went out of the end zone anyway, so no harm, no foul. All right. So for you guys, hope you guys are doing well out there. Drop us a comment, drop us a question. You know what? Follow us on Twitch, Streampunk Sports. Also available on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and also Streampunk Sport, singular. Love to be able to fix that if they could. On Twitch, on Twitter. I would love to find out in this case. Twitter has recently launched something called Twitter Blue. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but it's something that it's a paid Twitter service that, amongst other things, allows you to edit a Twitter post once you actually tweet it out. That's like the big selling point.
Oh shoot!
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of times I look at it.
At that point, I would just delete the tweet and do it again.
I'll copy and paste, delete it, paste it, make the correction, do it again.
Nope.
But yeah, it's like $2.99 a month.
$2.99 a month?
Yeah, for Twitter Blue.
No thanks.
What else do we get with that? The fast loading ad-free reading experience. A new paid version. Upload longer videos and more.
No thanks. I don't need to pay for my Twitter.
Some people would like the ad-free because it will get all your content.
I agree with that.
Okay, can I make a suggestion on that?
I know there are people for that.
Ad block. It's one of the biggest Chrome extent
on Chrome, but not on your phone.
No, you can get an ad block on here.
And a lot of those ads just come across as regular tweets. They're not ads. But
I get them or promotions.
Yeah, but
promoted tweets and things like that. That's what you're trying to get rid of.
I don't know if
I don't care about those.
Oof.
Yeah, promoted tweets. I'm going to guess it probably doesn't stop those. Promoted ads are there. All right, at the 50-yard line now for Buffalo. I don't know. I will say that I did pay for Hulu, and pay ad free because after a while, how many times can you watch the same commercial for a minute and a half straight?
Yeah, that I hate. Like Paramount Plus, like they have terrible ads if you don't get the ad free. Like all these streaming services just shove it down your throat. It's like at that point, I'd rather just get cable and just watch the commercials.
You don't want cable. You don't. Really
I still have cable. I'm
so do we.
I'm one of these households that are so it's retro and modern at the same time.
It's ad-free articles.
I think my rotary phone is in the other room.
It's ad-free articles on publishers that agree to it, and because they're ad-free, they're faster than they're going to come up faster because your Chrome or anybody else's ad blocker doesn't have to run on there. It just happens because there's no ads on the articles. So I don't know if I'd pay for ad-free articles. I just don't want some BS, promoted thing.
Well, right now, in the meantime, we got a 2nd and 5, 47-yard line. Buffalo is driving again. So this may yet turn into a higher scoring affair than we expected here. The handoff down the side and picking up 2 yards. In this case, OB, this is going to obviously tie into your belief about 4th down. Buffalo will be punting into the wind if they have to. So that's
a
big.
Good daddies are going to net 15 yards. Heck,
that's exactly where I'm going with this. So it changes the dynamic of what they're going to do in 4th down. And keep in mind that also New England decided to actually go for the 2-point conversion when they scored that first touchdown going down this side.
Yeah.
What are they at 4th and what?
It's 3rd down and 2.
3rd and 2. So
so you got the handoff. They did get through. They got 3 on it. So although is there a fumble? New England is signaling something here, but I'm pretty sure that was a first down.
Well,
looks like
just because it was a first down doesn't mean New England's not going to signal for it's a fourth down.
No, I'm saying,
I know you're so far ahead of me. Who knows? But
yeah,
first down.
No, they got the first, but they were signaling almost like they something happened, like a fumble. But no, yeah, left to right, gusts 50 to 55 miles an hour today. Shit.
No, he's trying to say that I see it's interesting. You tell me what happened. I get to watch it later. He's just trying to say the spot was wrong.
Yeah, it wasn't. It totally wasn't.
No, it was not. Forward motion was clearly ahead of the line, and then you hit him back. Oh,
100%.
that poor yard marker lady. Give her some earmuffs, please.
I saw that poor woman. Oh, dude.
Somebody cover her head.
What the? Oh, that blonde.
Yeah.
I always wanted to wear those huge jackets that they wear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh my god, those look warm.
They're just molded blankets. That's a good thing. I shouldn't say just, but
Yep. And penalty on Buffalo, pushing it further back to a 2nd and 14. Now you can't read that on there. We can say it on there. They can't.
Mets baseball. There you go again, yawn. I must be missing something.
That was from like 20 minutes ago because we had mentioned something about the Mets.
No, but you said we could read that on air. I'm trying to figure out what we can't read on air.
No, what was being said on air by the head coach. I'm drawing a blank on the head coach. Like I said, I've been up since 3 a.m. So.
Oh, I think he said,
"Gosh darn, gee willikers." Yeah. So Josh Allen, down he goes, sir.
You know it there.
What's that?
So that's a gosh darn baloney call, and you know it.
Yes.
You didn't start the clock.
Yeah. So we are almost an hour into this game, and there's 6 minutes left. It's like speed of soccer here almost. I just want to point out that I can't say that I had an impact on NYCFC going to the finals for the first time in their entire career, but they never went to the finals before I started covering the team. So anyway, 3rd down and 19 for Buffalo.
I would say there is some correlation between those two.
It falls into that Reddit category. Well, not wrong, or technically true. Josh Allen throws it, almost picked that up for the first down. Knox had it. It bounced off his arm. That's a brutal. Now this way you have to punt. It's a 4th and 19. So I'm really curious to see what that punt is going to be when you have a win like that. But that ball was not badly thrown, a tight spiral, but should have absolutely been caught. Oh, it's in the hands, and it was pushed out by the defender, but I think he could still be able to hold on to it anyway.
Let's see.
That's what these defenders are taught to do. Hit those hands. Yep. Play the hands, knock the ball out.
Not a bad punt either.
Probably should make that catch.
Big, nice bounce. So, 35-yard punt despite the win. That's not terrible. Counts for the inside the 20.
No, that is a great defensive play. His hand is on the ball, pushing it where there's no hands to prevent it from getting out. That was a great defensive play. Gunnar Ozlowski, one of the best special teams names you can have. Inside the 20, that's as good as a punch you're going to get.
Exactly. There's not much better you can do. Like I said, you got in 20. It counts for the stats in that arena.
And it was net 35. You want to be closer to 40, but still, if you're giving up only 5 yards because of this win versus the 25 yards that were given up before, you're winning on that.
Yep.
You're winning on the special teams. You're just not winning the game. You're punting better, but you're not. You got the fumble recovery on the punt. special teams, all Buffalo today.
Yep.
All Buffalo, all day.
It's a big one right there. Yeah. Good old Bills Mafia, freezing their ass off. I'm proud of it in the process. So.
Yeah, well, the Bills Mafia is they're probably not happy right now, though. This is not the outcome they're looking for right now. And I'm not sure that they look like the better team. That last incomplete was a defensive play made by New England, a team that is taught to make those plays.
Yeah, they're doing exactly what they're supposed to do, and they're sticking to a good game plan so far.
And they had a big run. I mean, in a game when the opponent's running, they had a big run busted open. I mean, I'm not impressed with the Bills defense
where not a single Bills player even had a finger on him.
Yeah.
And when you take it a step further with the fact that, that one fumble is the only reason that Buffalo has any yards at all.
With
and
the N'Keal Harry mishap on the punt.
That's what I'm saying. That fumble right there. That's what I'm talking about. That's the reason. That's the big reason they scored that touchdown. Harris run was basically that was New England's doing, but that turnover is why Buffalo's even on the board.
New England has run the ball 16 times and passed it once. They have 3 runs over 10 yards, 1 for over 20. I mean,
I love these graphics.
Yeah, that's the game plan.
Yeah, and you know what the game plan is. You know what the weather is, and the Bills defense can't stop it. That's just. What did you think they were going to come in here and do? They have Stevenson. They have Harris. Bolden is running against you. What Bolden is running against you? Meanwhile, you have Moss and Singletary. They've had runs of 4 yards. This is not looking good for them.
I'm happy I did not actually start Singletary today, by the way. Just want to point that out. So, but now facing second down 12. Yep. Play selection Patriots. Running plays 17, passes 1.
Hey, I said that first.
Oh yeah, but they just have the actual stat on screen now.
I counted though. I had to go to our stats page, figure it out.
Yep. Flag on that one too. But yeah, they listened to you. That's why the only reason they did that, man.
Yes, they knew that it was something worth noting.
Shit, Obi said that. We got to jump on that now. Go, 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 go.
Before everybody realizes it. Those guys on Stream Punk are telling people must be valuable information.
We can't let it be known that they're the ones who are doing it. Oh man. Sean McDermott is just livid right now. He is
saying about illegal formation.
Why is he angry now? This penalty went in his favor, right?
Maybe just related to previous stuff, though. But also because this is a struggle. This is a massive struggle for them.
Yeah.
Let me look at time of possession. I would say it's close, but in favor of New England without looking it up. No. Buffalo does have it by an edge.
Well, if anybody gets injured, you can bring those 3 fans out there. They're fully geared up.
Oh, dude,
You see those 3 that had helmets, shoulder pads, everything.
There's some guy. I'm obviously behind you, but there's a few guys with your. Oh yeah. Oh, the helmets with the gloves there. Oh yeah.
Hey, you see that?
Yep. By the way, in this case, now
we're ready to go.
Dressed appropriately.
Buffalo will stop behind the line of scrimmage, so Mac Jones is going to have to pass here. You're looking at a 3rd and 14, 15, whatever this ends up being, and he's going to be passing. He's going to be passing with the wind at his back. Do you take the opportunity to throw the ball deep?
Yeah. Well, if you feel that he can throw it accurately in the wind, then yes. If you don't, you may run it again. Yeah, you're not going to get the first down, but if your plan is I can punt the ball a mile because the wind's at my back, maybe I run it again. We'll see what his plan is.
And that's exactly what they did. They picked up about 7 or 8, so they clearly weren't going to get the first down. But they did get a little bit of yardage on that, and this has the opportunity to be a booming punt. And now they're at the 20-yard line. Oh, McDermott's flew. Oh, yeah. Fucking go. Fucking go. I'm trying to John Boy this a little bit right here, you know?
Yeah, Shawnee boy.
I mean, and since if New England is not in a if Buffalo is not in a run defense, New England can exploit it. That's obvious.
All right,
Both just went for 10 yards.
That was a shitty-ass punt. Oh, like 46 yards.
Maybe the punter sucks.
I wanted like a Rodney Williams type, punt from 2001 where he punted the ball 90 yards on Monday Night Football.
46 net yards is a good punt, though. I mean,
it came down weird.
It did. So.
It looked like the wind didn't blow at the right time, then yeah, it went right out of bounds. I mean, it would have had a decent roll. Might have gotten it to a 50-yard netter. But that's right. 40 is what we're trying to get, at least in college. I know. I just read a whole article on it. That's how I know. But if you're getting the 5 from the win, and the other team was held up from the 5 last time. So now Buffalo has to figure this out. The funny thing is, Allen's 5 for 8. So Buffalo has been successful-ish passing the ball, 5 yards per attempt.
But they have notes right now at all either.
No.
I mean, if you look at the run game here, Zach Moss is best at 12 yards. You have 3 players that have at least twice that amount, bare minimum, on New England side.
They have 2 players who have a single rush that's for more yards than that.
But I'm not, we can go into that. That's fine. But I'm just talking in this case overall. Your best 2 guys, as Buffalo, does not match the top 3 guys on New England, any one of them. And that's a huge telling factor. That's going to be a big factor later on. But I'm going to pop out for a minute if you guys don't mind. I'll let you guys man the fort.
Sure.
So.
Wonderful. So, since I got you here all alone, I know we're going to quickly change the subject to something completely different. So I know your favorite band is Guns N' Roses. Now, do you consider them classic rock, rock and roll, or oldies?
Technically, neither of the 3.
Okay, so what is?
I think the classic rock term is expanding, and I think now that we've gotten so the genres and metal itself, they've all been progressing so much that we've gotten to almost like this classic hard rock genre that I think they might fall under. But even more on a broader spectrum, I would say they fall under that heavier aspect of classic rock. Yeah.
Okay, and in general, is that your music of choice, or is Guns N' Roses an outlier?
No, that is 1,000% my music of choice.
So you're into Metallica and Motley Crue and Priest and Iron Maiden and such.
Seen all of them.
So all the bands that Scott and I either grew up with on the back of our denim jackets or knew people who had on the back of our denim jackets.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Easy listening, heavy metal now.
Trying to think of all the bands I've seen. Guns N' Roses, Metallica, AC/DC, Van Halen, Rush, Priest, Def Leppard, Kiss, Iron Maiden, The Who.
Other than Iron Maiden, every single one of those bands you've mentioned, I have heard on the easy listening workstation, including Metallica.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That classic rock term is expanding so much that even these heavier bands fall under that aspect.
Oh, but you've heard Metallica on 106.7? Oh no, it's down there or
whatever. Yes,
I hear them.
Unforgiven gets played on the.
Yes.
Because I know Christine Nagy from 106.7, and she's like, we don't play Metallica on our station.
We must have a different I'm sure that different, whatever, overall, whoever owns it must own a different.
No, I heard Unforgiven on classic rock radio last week.
No, not classic rock. No,
Easy listening.
The easy listening workstation.
Okay. Well, all right. That's yeah.
And then, sorry, it wasn't Unforgiven. It was the other one, the other love song.
Oh, Nothing Else Matters.
Nothing Else Matters. Yes.
Yeah, that's another one that's thrown up in there. But yeah, the classic rock term is really.
Well, that makes sense, by the way. It has to expand over time. even errors in like classical music expanded over time, or else you'd only have like 3-4 songs that survive a period of time. But so whatever Baroque means and these other terms grew to encompass a larger period of music over time and then became settled. Same thing with regular art. What was modern art kind of grew until it became postmodern art, and these terms around art are always growing till you get to the point like, oh, okay, now we're finally done because it's been so far away. Same with rap and hip hop; they're still growing and deciding what those terms mean. That's just normal. But it's amazing to me. A lot of those bands you say that when they show up on the easy listening workstation.
Who on the heavier Megadeth, Anthrax I've seen.
Never saw Megadeth.
I'm gonna throw a dark horse into this one. A group I go through a lot of times when I have these long trips back and forth to Brooklyn, where I will go through every single song, by an artist. And I've done things like Earth, Wind and Fire, Hootie and the Blowfish. Kansas, Dust in the Wind.
Kansas I've seen. Kansas I saw at Empire Casino.
Dude,
outside on the racetrack.
Kansas crashes. They went like Guns N' Roses level in late 80s, early 90s. They did Dust in the Wind, Carry On My Wayward Son. Those are the songs they're known for. But I'm going through their 90s stuff right now, and I'm like, holy shit.
No,
these guys wail.
They really do.
You know
who else does? The Outlaws.
Okay.
They have that Green Grass High Tides, a whole bunch of other. And there's so many bands where like live, they're just incredible fucking musicians. Yeah. And there's no other way to say it. It doesn't matter. There's this style. It's just like, it's these guys are so goddamn talented.
Mm-hmm.
And the energy. It seems like, the energy, these ages that these guys are at, it's really unreal. And it just comes so naturally. It's insane.
That's just a disappointment. Okay.
Yeah. So that's not a terrible punt right there.
Let's see this.
I thought he got hurt because he stayed down.
Nah. A little short, right now, but nothing crazy.
We're already at 7 punts at this point, but New England has plenty of time right now. 1:48 left with 2 timeouts.
Probably going to run the ball.
They might. I don't know. I mean, I would almost take a chance. You got the wind at your back. Give it a shot. What do you got to lose?
What you have to lose is that these passes are hard to control in the wind and they end up in somebody else's arm.
Yeah, but what do you do?
Obviously, the thing is, I'm just looking at the game plan is abundantly obvious for New England. Like, abundantly obvious. Mm-hmm. Also, yes, Allen's 6 for 10 for 60%. But 4.6 yards per pass. There's no, you can't throw it deep. Is what I'm saying. I mean, Allen is known for having a cannon on that arm. So,
but here's my rationale. If you throw it deep and it gets picked, it's basically a glorified punt, and then Buffalo has to take over with no offense going into the wind. Another big run play though.
Or you can keep running against this team that can't stop the run. See how they see the game against Tennessee, and then I think if you were coming in this game probably planning on running anyway, and then this just made it so we're going to keep running for another 17 yards. That's the third guy who has that's the third rush for more yards than any of the single rushers have.
I think the Patriots are going to run it as long as they have a lead.
Mm-hmm. As long as it's working.
Even if they're winning by 1 point, I think they're still just gonna. No, they're not having Mac throw a single pass. I mean, he has the one pass that he completed, but really, they're not. Not that they don't want him to throw the ball, but I mean, it kind of looks that way. When he was running out on the field before, is he wearing like a knee brace?
Might have been.
Mac on, I think, is his left knee. It didn't look like a full.
Here's the other thing about this game, because remember, one of these guys is playing chess, the other one is coaching football. And the one who's playing chess knows these teams meet in 2 weeks. And if he doesn't have to show them anything but the run game, then all he's going to show them is the run game.
That's a really good point. And obviously the run game
considering the guy playing chess, he doesn't have to play chess next week. So
but yeah, New England is right now averaging over 6 yards rush. Obviously the one Harris takeoff is a big part of it, but they're busting right now.
Yeah.
Now, if he's on your fantasy league, be happy about that.
But it almost makes you think, though, if this bye is going to stifle any momentum that this team has really built up. But I think they're too smartly coached. They're too well prepared, where even with the bye, they'll continue in 2 weeks like as if nothing happened. No time was off.
Yeah. With a different coach, maybe, but no.
It's probably the last play of the half right there, too. Just letting the clock run down on a 4th and 2.
7-11, always open.
Yeah, do we get something? If the final score is 7-11, do we actually get like something for that?
I don't know. They should.
On July 11th, I know you get like a free Slurpee. You go buy like $8 worth of crap.
And then, at Taco Bell, if they steal a base in the World Series, you get a taco, a Doritos Locos taco.
No,
and then, of course, you go in and buy $10 worth of stuff.
Yeah.
They give you something for everything.
Do you guys take advantage of this 37-cent Whopper?
I didn't even know they had one.
So they had this promotion, I think it was over the weekend, where they were throwing it back to like the original price. So they had Whoppers for 37 cents.
They're not still doing it, are they?
They might be, but I'd be surprised if they are.
I mean, I got through Saturday. All right, so
you got to download the app though and order it through there, and then you. No, do it though. It comes out to 40 cents with tax. It's super
I'm
easy.
I'm not downloading the app for that. That's
the other thing.
I download the app because I have all this space on this iPhone 13 with 1 terabyte.
Yeah. What kind of phone do you have there? Because I mean, I have the iPhone 10.
It's the iPhone 13 Pro Max.
Stop now! We're not getting paid. Stop it. When Apple wants to pay us, we will. When Samsung wants to pay us, I'll throw away my iPhone. I don't care. But right now, I'm not. No.
The punt is up. It's a good
free ride for Tim Cook.
Fishing for those endorsements.
It's funny. It's halftime, and they're just like letting the ball just roll down the field just to add whatever yardage they can get for their punter right there. But here we are at halftime.
All right.
A very manageable 78 minutes for this first half.
All righty.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to get my my cover on the Bills, but I think I'm going to get I'm feeling good about the under.
Yeah, I think you got a good shot at that so far. I did say 22-21, so I'm not that far off on my pick either.
I think mine's a little high.
I did see Harris walking off the field a little like one play early. Now they may have just been walking him off the field because they said to dump for the half, but he may be hurt.
Yeah, he just punted the ball anyway, so it didn't really matter.
All right, gentlemen, that is it for me. As if people with Prime could get their packages any earlier.
Can you?
I got 2 packages. We got 2 packages today. So.
Can you stay on for 2 minutes while I take care of my personal business?
Yes.
So the fans have something
taking care of business. Obi's gone. Taking care of business.
Yeah, they have. They have like different waves, and it's all these different like groups within the division and stuff. So it's all these waves and all these groups are starting a half hour earlier. So it's just to make up for late in the season, how dark it gets at night, stuff like that. Just
That does make some sense.
more, just getting things done quicker. It's
But do you get out a half hour earlier too?
yeah, usually.
All right. So it's
Usually
you're
I'll
not
finish
tagging
up.
on a half an hour work here.
It's not terrible. Like I'd almost rather it be that way anyway.
There is something to be said about an early start and knowing that you're either into overtime or out earlier. I had to be in Brooklyn at 5:30 this morning, so by 2:00 I was getting overtime. It's like, yeah, it's sun's still up.
Yeah. I mean, really, like it's 3:30. It's like starting to get like even a little dark.
Yeah. Well, we got about 2 weeks before
that twilight kind of area, but then by like 5:00, pitch black.
I think we got 2 weeks before it's the shortest day of the year too. I think December 21st is the shortest day. Then it starts getting longer again.
I feel like that seems late in the year. Well,
let's see. Shortest day of the year.
I feel like it's more early-ish December.
December 21st. Yes, that is right. So NYC sunset. 1 p.m.
Sunset, 11:37 a.m.
Earliest sunset, December. Well, it says here actually the earliest sunset is December 7th, 4:28 p.m.
Jeez.
Okay. What is the shortest day in New York? Okay, it says shortest day in New York is December 21st. And winter officially kicks in at 5:02 a.m.
On December 21st.
Yeah, the older I get, the less I like the cold, man.
Bro, I have this weird theory where I don't really think it's telling it all, but I feel like I'm born in May. I hate the cold whatsoever. My favorite just weather time outside is that kind of April through June.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm convinced whatever you were born, that's your go-to time of the year.
It isn't for me. Here's the thing. I'm September 22nd. The problem with that is fall is nice, but for me, it always meant I had to go back to school to celebrate my birthday. So you in May, you had your birthday, which was cool. And then you knew in the back of your mind, I got 3 months off in like a month and a half or however it works out with your birthday. Me, I had to actually go through 2 to 3 weeks of hell and being back at school. And then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, consolation prize, now your birthday.
Oh, there you go.
But so yeah. But yeah, sunset is 4:28 p.m. And then
well, you've been 4:28 p.m. You know what you've been doing for 8 minutes.
Yes.
Maybe Scott doesn't know.
Depends how much. It could be the longest 8 minutes.
Scott probably doesn't want to know either.
It could be the longest 8 minutes. All right, guys. That calls it for me.
Thank you, man.
You enjoy the rest of the game. To all viewers out there, till next time.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Enjoy your night, fellas.
Thanks. Have a good day tomorrow. Be good.
You too, guys.
Take care. Have a good one, Brennan. Today marks the first time in the Belichick era that the Patriots didn't attempt to pass in the second quarter.
Nice. Well, actually, I think it was also said the first time this year that they didn't attempt to pass in the first drive either. But I think you're 100% right. They're just going to let him watch this and learn how to handle the wind and everything like this and get adjusted to that going forward because this is going to be his future.
Yep. So, I think if they get a big lead, and by big lead, 16-7.
You mean big lead mean 2 scores in this low scoring affair?
Yeah, they'll probably let him throw the ball around and really let him throw the ball around. I think. But until then, I think there's 2 things. I think there's no need to get yourself messed up trying to throw in the wind if you don't have to. And that's number 1. And number 2, I think there's a certain amount. I'm not going to show him anything I don't need to show him if I don't need to.
Sure. I think you're dead right on that one, too.
Yeah.
He is a mathematician. And right now, I was going to say McDermott is just being pretty much outcoached by him. They're going to get the ball to start the second half, but it's going to be interesting to see what they're able to do there. But if it's anything like the first half, this is going to be a very slow scoring affair.
Well, here's the thing. They get the ball to start the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But then they get the ball heading into the wind.
Yes.
So do they instead choose to go get their backs at the wind and give the ball to the Patriots?
I would say no. Because you still get a half with the ball there.
But do you get to take full advantage of getting the ball first?
Is that really that vital?
I don't know.
Let me back this up. Is the field position or the wind direction really as important as getting the ball in the second half?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you can kick a field goal into the wind.
You'd have to really belt that low level one right now.
Which may mean you want the wind in the second half. So you may want to give the wind now to make sure you have the wind in the second quarter. Like there's a lot. This wind is, I don't know. I do not know because I'm not on the field feeling the wind, how consistent the wind is. We have not seen mega punts. We just saw one bad punt, which I think was really just a shank. I'm not sure was even the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they just showed Jared Goff's touchdown right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you happen to see it, but they recorded the video of his girlfriend responding to find out when her boyfriend Jared Goff threw the touchdown to win the game. I don't know if you saw this.
Was she excited, or did she not care? That's fake. That is not her real reaction.
You don't think so?
No, I do not think so.
Okay.
I don't think that is her real reaction.
Okay. Yeah, apparently the video is extremely popular. Probably because of the hat, I'm thinking, though.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm thinking. And
the breeze there, with the
and that is why I am 99% sure it is not real.
Well, that's good sports, and a few of the other ones actually ran with it. That's why I've decided to follow suit in this particular case. But.
I am not saying that the people. I am saying that we're being had. The people are told that was her reaction. The same way the reaction shot when somebody comes to your house surprisingly on TV comes from inside your house. Like the camera was inside the house. Did they not think that was strange?
You mean like pretty much every reality show in existence?
Yes, that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, a friend of mine who has a child who's done some Dragon Slayer. I could probably say his name since this is the second time that he may be going viral. But she just got a present. They just brought the child their local CBS affiliate just did a piece where they brought the child to a gift because he's 10 years old. He's had like 25 brain surgeries. I mean, this is it's an interesting story to say the least. And you could see they weren't surprised. Like I know them enough to know that they knew that the way their house was like, they knew it was coming. But yeah, they didn't go in the house at least and make it look like they were surprised. Like, oh, here we're at their house, and they much more obvious that they knew it was coming.
Well, here's the thing about the reality footage in general. You take 6 hours of footage to usually do a 44-minute episode. So you have a lot to work with, but that other 5 hours and 15 some odd minutes can be used for future episodes as needed, with proper editing, over the shoulder, maybe a little ADR if you need to. There's a lot that can be done there. The first stand-in gig I ever had was for Andy Cohen on Real Housewives of New York for like the reunion special. I got an education in reality television that thing. You know, one of the easiest gigs I ever had, far and away. But it was just like, okay, now I see how these things work.
So you were there. Somebody was pretending, maybe you, to read the Andy Cohen questions.
Okay, I'm just gonna go out with it. Why not? I'm gonna spoil the illusion. Yeah, they planned it ahead. They're like, okay, you know, I don't know any of the Real Housewives. I'm just gonna make up names. They use the stand-ins. They use the characters, the stand-ins. They call the standards stand-ins. So it's like, okay, you Minerva, you get up, you storm off that way. You Crystal, you get up there, you throw a pillow this way, and go. You know, and I was just watch this repeatedly. You know, and meanwhile, it's a whole Andy Cohen thing as a reunion special where he's just kind of just sitting there, just taking it all in, just watching it. So me standing in for Andy Cohen, all it was, all right, that chair doesn't work. Okay, Scott, stand up a sec. Okay, you got another chair. Sit down now. Okay, that chair doesn't work. We're going to try a couch. Scott, stand up. Okay, sit down. And that's all I did for like 4 hours. But they pre-programmed, like I said, you know, the meltdown by these housewives. So
now the housewives who were there, were they stand-ins too? Or
the stand-ins were not, the housewives were not there. The stand-ins for the housewives were.
Okay.
So yeah, it was just people that looked like it. And I guess in my case with Andy Cohen, I have that pasty thing going on. I don't even know how I got the job, you know, because this was not like literally the heaviest my entire weight I've ever been. And there was no muscle in my body whatsoever at that point. So I don't know why I got the job, but I'm not saying no to the job either. And it was a really cool set. Everybody was really, really cool. But but yeah, no, they just had, you know, basically a bunch of people that I still know today that just looked like these people.
So, yeah, I mean, I knew they were scripted. I didn't realize they were that scripted. I thought they had to be at least a little not scripted so that they could keep them off of out of the having to pay them, you know, the Writers Guild and
all that. Yeah. Now, who knows? May have changed. I mean, when I did those gigs, that was like 10 or 11 years ago, you know, and who knows? I may have just shot myself in the foot with it, but fucking I'll worry about that later. You know, listen, I've been in trouble for worse things than that. We know this.
I'm sure the union knows exactly. I'm sure the union heads know exactly what's happening there way more before you.
That's a non-union project. Here's the big thing.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, so even your shop, even what you did was non-union.
Yes, because in this case here, it's not a union project. Union projects fall into things that have a script, things that are unscripted, talk shows, reality shows, things like that. Those are unscripted and have no SAG jurisdiction whatsoever.
But so that's what I'm saying. The amount of work you did sounds like it was scripted. How does that mean it wasn't scripted?
I know, but they're considered non-scripted projects. When I did America's Got Talent 6 years ago, there was a concern on my side because I was SAG, you know, and it's like, does it matter? And they're like, no, we don't care. We're fine. You know, when I did it's weird. When I did Mel Robbins last year, that one, they had a meltdown when they found out. Because they're like, oh, well, you know, we don't know if you're being serious about this kind of stuff, you know. And it's like, I sent you my links. I sent you my press kit. You had all of my information. You knew who the hell I was. You knew where I was, you know. And it's like, how did you not find this out until like a day before you're supposed to pick me up and drive me to New York? But anyway, so here we are, 1st down and 10. Josh Allen with the first throw of the second half. And I think fell just short of the first down. I think that was a quick 9, though. Yeah. Lisa Salter sitting there and that. God, I get a chill just watching those people.
You know?
Oh, God.
11 yards.
Yeah. Was it 11 yards? Okay. Yeah. Belichick always looks like he's just cold.
Yes. Belichick, that's his look.
Yeah. And 20 plus years, I guess, at this point, of New England winters and New England cold. When you'd stepped out, I've mentioned this to Brandon. The older I get, the less I'm liking that cold. You know, today was a really nice day up here. I left set around flew after 5 o'clock, maybe about 6 o'clock. I think it was 6:30, and it was literally 60 degrees outside. And I'm thinking to myself, this is winters in San Diego.
So yeah. I lost my person's worth of weight at about the same time my wife reached a particular stage of life. Mm-hmm. So we went from me always turning the thermostat down to her, always turning the thermostat. Last night, she bought this fan. They're the first people. I'd love to give you an endorsement, so just find us if you sell fans, because I'll let you know if you're the right one. You put this fan on, it blows against this wall, and then it blows so hard it comes back into my face, and I'm freezing. I'm under 3 blankets now. I used to be under 1, and she's like, I can't breathe.
I'm sweating through the sheets.
Yes. Sweating through the sheets. I put my hand on her. It's 20 degrees in the room, and she's sweating. I'm like, oh, baby, I love you. How are you sweating?
He's like,
nature is mean to you.
I know it's a bitch on that side, but yeah. For me personally, like I said, I went through that same thing where I dropped a bunch of weight, and then suddenly it's weird when you drop weight, you miss it in cold weather because it's always like you have this like small animal hugging you at all times to keep you warm. You know, it's like having a cat on your lap, and now basically I don't have that cat anymore. You know?
I mean, I used to be the guy who would wear shorts all like in my house all the time. And so then if I ran to take out the garbage, I was in shorts. Or if I, went to get the mail, I was in shorts. Now I put on my pajama pants, or some easy over pants over my shorts if I'm about to step outside, no matter what.
So, yeah. For me, for the most part, I mean, I got to take out today's Monday. Okay. Now tomorrow, recycle goes out tomorrow. I'll do that barefoot. Usually, I got that hillbilly thing going on. So I'm pretty much barefoot 12 months out of the year. And as long as there's no snow on the ground, I'll walk barefoot.
Barefoot is not the issue. It is I still need to put something over my calves. Like I got cold I went from never being cold to I get cold now.
Mm-hmm. It's funny. I saw that picture you posted on Facebook of you in Turkey, I guess 5-6 years ago.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Well, however long that happened.
Yeah.
I mean, serious respect, man. Yeah. Dude, massive respect.
Yeah, well, it was hard work, and we keep it off. And did not exercise today. Very sad.
Well, today was a weird day. I've only done 65 push-ups, so I'm a little behind at the moment.
I blame my boss. He wanted me to work today. You have the nerve.
It is kind of a nerve when basically it's like, so you want me to do stuff to get paid.
The truth of the matter is I should blame my son. I had a parents-teacher conference this morning.
Okay.
It was when we initiated. But because of him and me trying to be a good parent, I had to want to talk to a teacher to get the full lay of the land of her class and her classroom, et cetera, as parents will do. But that's when I would have been downstairs in the basement, and leg day. You always delay leg day, don't you?
It's funny. I have a weird thing where I really don't have to work on the legs that much because I carried so much fat for so long that they've sort of built their own muscle.
Well, you have to remember my hobbies that I do, bike riding and Kumdo, are all in the legs, so I cannot let them deteriorate or live on what they had.
Now, here's a question for you. And anybody who got a question or thought of your own, drop it in the comments. When you dropped all of that weight, did you find yourself suddenly walking so much faster?
I don't know about walking faster, but so I told you I'm in Kumdo, and this is a sport where when you attack, you kind of leap forward a little bit. Mm-hmm. And without changing my effort, I gained an inch or two of forward propulsion. Because
there's less of you when you lunge forward. That's a good point.
And I just finally got to the point where I understood the sport and some of my spacing, and then it was all off. I was like, wait, what just happened? What just happened? So, yeah.
New England start with the run game again. About 3-yard pickup on that. But I noticed with myself, I was always averaging like 3.5-4 miles an hour at my heaviest weight because I was just trying to keep up with everyone else. When I dropped all of that, suddenly I walk a lot faster than everybody else. It happened today, and I'm not even trying that hard. And it's just, I'm leaving everybody in the dust because the legs were so used to doing 4 miles an hour, carrying so much more than I had, that now it's like, you get where you got to go faster. But 2nd down and 6, by the way. Mac Jones under center. So far, props to him. He has not thrown an incomplete pass all game.
And I don't know if we'll see him throw another. I mean, he's
first down there.
You tell me why they're going to start passing.
You're not going. No, I know. I'm making a joke out of it, but like I said,
I know you are. I don't mean. I mean, I'm not. I understood your joke. Yeah. And I'm just looking at this like this could be something that just gets in the record books because there's like no reason you can't stop this running game and they're winning.
Yeah.
You can't even. Like, oh, look. Stevenson, 7 yards, 8 yards, first down. We'll try it again. Like this is 1962 is called and wants their football game back.
Dude, really? This is in a bit of a different situation. The most lopsided college football game of all time was Georgia Tech versus Cumberland, I think in 1918. Georgia Tech was the game that they won 222-0. That game, Georgia Tech never bothered to pass the ball one single time. They ran for like 526 yards on the ground. And Cumberland, it was a charity game to try and generate some notoriety to Cumberland. And Georgia Tech was coached by Johnny Heisman. So it was just a bad game all the way around. This is kind of the same thing where it's just like hand the ball off, go.
Yeah, we're gonna change it up this time. We're gonna hand it off to our wide receiver.
Dude, there's another big run there too.
Yeah, this is
flag on the play. Never mind that. So right now, Buffalo has a total of 90 yards. And New England is at 163 yards on the ground alone. And tiring out that defense in a big way. This could turn lopsided very quickly if this keeps going the way it does. It's going to force Josh Allen to have to throw the ball. And that means they're going to start with the wind and everything that's going on. That's going to end this badly for them.
I believe you're correct.
Like you said, Belichick is a tactician. Hey, another run play. Third down and long, but like you said, force him to do it.
Yeah, give me a reason not to. Are you gonna come back? Are you gonna put 8 men in the box on third and long? Because if not, I mean, it's crazy, right? 3rd and 13, we're gonna run the ball.
Run away.
Do run.
They do run. And I ran so far away. Oh yeah, that was a pickup of 0
like an
right
antelope
there.
Out of control.
Yeah, that was a very quick stop.
What was that?
That was a quick stop there on a 3rd and 13 for literally 1 yard, But
imagine that. It was 3rd and 13, and we knew they were going to run the ball. At least Buffalo must have figured it out. This is crazy, though. Running on 3rd and 13, just because why not? And the Bills fans are happy, but
oh yeah. But that's
kind of
so much pressure.
Like our defense is not going to give up any points, so we are going to run it on 3rd and 13. We're not even going to take the chance you can see anything about our young quarterback.
Yeah, but in this case, now they're punting into the wind.
So we were seeing 35-yard punts by Buffalo into the wind last half.
Mm-hmm. Flag on the play too. We'll start on the offense.
And with the wind, Buffalo punted 59 yards, so there was definitely some change of.
Our Tennessee Titans have the fewest passing yards by a team in a game with -7 yards.
Well, of all time or this season?
All time. That was 2009. Cleveland Browns and Pittsburgh Steelers are tied for fewest passing attempts in a game with 0 attempts. It happened 3 times, and not since 1950. Going back and looking at attempts, 1 pass play. Holy
Damian
shit.
Harris is out, and they're still doing it with still getting the job done with Rashad.
Here's the great thing. I'm looking at this. Since 2004, the Chargers threw 6 passes. That's probably a stretch in this particular game. Twice in NFL history, one single pass was thrown. Once by the Giants in 42, and once by the New York Bulldogs in 49. And then 1940, 74, and 42, 2 passes were thrown, including by the Brooklyn Football Dodgers. Nobody remembers that team.
No. So what you're saying is I was wrong when I said the 1960s have called and want their football game back. I meant the 1940s have called and want their football game back.
Yeah. All right. This is a tweet. This is a worthy tweet here. So, since 1982, there's only been one game that actually had one team passed 6 passes or less. So,
want to consider yourself a contender? Okay. Go out and beat a team that's thrown 1 pass. This is fascinating. It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
It's just
if you go back, 1977, 1974, the Buffalo Bills actually threw 2 passes. No completions on that. 1974. That's the last time it was that low.
Was how low? What was 1974?
1974 was 2. And that was also 0 completions as well.
So they say that in when he's not on TV and not doing pressers and whatnot, Bill Belichick has a sense of humor. You think at this point he's just laughing about this? He's like, I'm just going to run it every down. Why not? This is hysterical.
Yeah, right.
Let's see if they put up 13, all 11 in the box, because I'm not going to throw it. We're going to run it anyway.
Exactly.
It's
working. But that's the thing. It's working here.
Yes. No, that's exactly the thing.
Yeah.
It is totally working.
Yeah.
And passing is not working for the other team. They're still at 4. They're less than 4.5 yards per attempt from Allen.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, Singletary is barely over 2 yards per carry. Moss is at 3. Allen just ekes over 2, and Matt Breed is exactly at 3 as well as Moss. So they're not doing anything either way.
Sure. And now Allen's got the win with him. Breaking down, passes complete across midfield.
19 yards. Am I in a position to be clinching this other league? Looks that way.
Is 0 completions. And throwing deep for the end zone. Why the heck not? And he had it too. Oh, that would have been it too. That would have been. Here's the question I want to ask you now. If Buffalo ends up taking the lead, is this something where New England would be forced to pass the ball?
I suspect so. But I don't want to swear on it. I mean, I think they'll start with the not doing it. But on those 3rd and 13s or the 3rd and 7s, they will have to pass the ball, I think.
Mm-hmm.
In those situations that are normally passing downs, What? I'm sorry, I just saw an incomplete pass to a wide open receiver that looked to hit him in the hands in the end zone.
Yeah, I know. I was just saying he had it. He absolutely had it.
He turned the right way. What happened? I'm with you, Alan. How did he? That's your good receiver. And by the way, he was making much more difficult catches than that last year, which is why Allen's numbers were so great. Like Diggs had 8 touchdowns on passes that were considered inaccurate last year. So yeah, that's what we have come to expect from Diggs, but we're not getting it.
Allen takes off. I think he fell short of the first down, but I give him a lot of respect for trying right there. Had a little bit of almost like a buffalo leap there.
Got the win at your back. I guess you get the 3 points and make it a 1-point game.
Yeah, why not? Start getting back with. Oh wow.
Ooh, he didn't get the first. He didn't get the. I guess his foot was out. Let's see here. Ooh. Ooh, they're gonna.
Yeah, that kick into the pylon.
Oh wait, there's a flag on it.
I don't think
unnecessary roughness. Okay. I don't know if I okay. Well, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt.
Now
they're definitely within field goal range.
Start chipping away at this one.
I guess he's a quarterback.
They're going to give him forward progress on that. So,
another 3 yards from Moss. Slowly. Now he's their leading rusher, averaging exactly 3 yards per carry. Is it? I mean, I don't know. Can they get this in there? I mean, this is huge.
2nd down and 7, but
I mean, I wonder if they can keep. I mean, one of the reasons they may not be able to keep running is that Stevenson is in the game and Harrison is out. That could be the difference after an incomplete pass here. Like, do you have faith that if you only put 3 points on the board, you're going to get an opportunity to score going into the wind?
You know what? I don't blame you for trying. I would say do it because you never know when another turnover is going to happen.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think I would kick this field goal as well.
Chip away.
Chip away. I don't know what play.
Belichick's pissed off too now. Everybody hates the officials tonight.
Was there another flag on this one?
I don't know.
No.
I'll send you. I was trying to live stream tweet, but
gotcha.
Shoot, we can. But yeah, I just wanted to tweet out about that fact. So
I haven't seen the Belichick angry mode yet. It must be on the 37 play. Oh, Belichick yelling. Nice snap. Woo, run, baby, run.
So, yeah, 4th down and 7, 35-yard line. So, and the kick is up, and it is good by a layer of paint. Still counts, though. So, good job, dude. So now we're midway through the 3rd quarter. We have the whopping score of 11-10. Yeah, that was tight right there. But
hey, so
yeah,
I might still get my under and the Bills. It's all coming together for my under and the Bills. Although I expect another.
You can do it.
We can do it.
Kids today aren't going to get that reference either. So. Rob Schneider. By the way, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a Waterboy jersey for Christmas.
Very nice.
Speaking of Rob Schneider in this case. Hey, it's Bo Jackson in that commercial. Tim Tebow. I don't know who the rest of them are.
He might not throw more than one time, Kay.
Yeah, it's like Brandon. I'm not sure actually if you knew about this. We just found the facts on it. Since 1950, only one team has ever thrown 2 or less passes in a game, and that was the 1974 Bills in the 3rd game of the season when they beat the Jets 16-7.
Oh, so, the Jets.
Yeah. Ironically enough, the team that's the New England playing today beat the team that Brandon suffers through, decade after decade here. They had 2 passes on that game, no completions. So, yeah.
Probably in a game like this where the wind was crazy.
Oh, it could have been. Yeah, it was a home game for Buffalo there. I'd like to see what they can do. Ouch. Team B right now is trending. Oh, okay. It's a wrapping thing.
Yeah. I can do what we just talked about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, as long as we have other bodies.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's one of those things that I want to try and be able to start to work on a little bit. It's striking while the proverbial iron is hot.
Yes. And, to give away the tea for anyone who might have, it works with what we had that meeting about.
Oh yeah.
I'm all for that. We'll talk about what the number and when and how, but absolutely. I don't mind slight change of job description at all.
Sure. We'll figure this out. We'll make that work, but it's honestly not even that hard of a job neither. So
yeah.
But
we have a few options for that, but
I was going to say the kickoff is good. Sorry. Remember little tweaks and little things that we're picking up along the way as we go, but I'm looking at the analytics on Twitter right now, and they're a lot higher than in the past. So,
well, that's good. I like how they have to hold the ball. I mean, you're way ahead of me, but the the kickoff team's like, we'll just hold the ball and then put it through the uprights.
Harris ran the ball. And Harris takes off again. First down. Yeah, about 17, 18 yards, maybe 20 yards on that.
Another Harris goes over 100 yards, or is that Stevenson?
No, that was Harris there.
Oh, so he had been hurt and hadn't come back out yet. But all right, I guess he has returned from his hamstring injury.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely Harris there, although it doesn't look like ESPN has updated it yet.
CBS did.
Oh, Harris is running funny too.
Yeah, he went out with the hamstring. Yeah, that was an impressive run because the entire run, and as soon as he went out, his hamstring hurts, and now get him. Okay. Mm-hmm. That's it. I mean, just the whole thing. Slow and patient. That's good. Gets his burst.
And they're burning the clock. A field goal obviously makes it a touchdown, requirement again too. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He is hurting. That would have been a 40-yard. Who knows what Burner would have done?
Yeah, but listen, he's putting up good numbers tonight. But
here goes Stevenson for 10 yards though too.
Actually, this stat coming up next for you is a big one here, and that's a big reason why the running game is doing so well. Yeah. Harris with the ball again, and picks up.
Roll on the stat, please.
Again, why Bill Belichick is as smart as he is. Basically, I'll just throw it out there for the guys that aren't watching. Right now, for more than half these plays, New England is lining up with 6 linemen. So they're pulling wide receivers because it's like, why even bother? And that's such a smart move. That is such a genius move. I mean, it's funny. They got Harry lining up on the line of scrimmage, the guy who muffed the punt before.
Yeah, well, they're just pounding the ball.
Yes.
Like it's 1942, I believe.
But right now, 4 minutes left to play in the game, or in the third quarter, rather.
Yeah, we can win it however you. This is well, look, Buffalo was responding on that play. They had, I think, 10 guys in the box, maybe all 11. That was a lot of guys up front.
Yeah.
Like a four, maybe 9. I think it was 9. It looked like 4 and 5. 4 down, 5 up. They should do it again. I mean, if I'm Buffalo, I'm at this point, I'm going to make you pass.
Yep. Yeah, that's like I said, that's what you've got to do. You got to force the issue.
6 yards on the ground. It's unbelievable.
Yep. So 3.5 minutes left.
Even on 3rd and 5.
I gotta pop out for a sec. So
okay, no worries. So if you're here with us, this game is something special. There's no other way to describe it. This is the 20th. We've had 20 snaps for Mike Onwenu as an offensive lineman playing eligible on 6th spot. 4th and 1. They're going to go for it again. Everybody in the world knows they're going to run. And can they just continue this abuse of the Buffalo run defense? Just smashing it. Stevenson's in the game with the fullback. We just saw them gain like 3 yards on the QB sneak. I'd expect to see it again. There it is. But I think they were stopped. They're going to call it a first down. Well, he really did. When the pile lands, he's really out there in front of the line. We'll have to get some slow motion and see if McDermott's going to go ahead and challenge that. But that's a hard thing to overturn.
All right, yeah. So quarterback. So Mac Jones did something other than just hand the ball off. Credit him.
He got into it, right? He's like, I want to run too, coach. He's running 3 times in 5 yards.
Put me in, coach. I'm ready to play. Yeah. So that's.
Oh. Something must have happened.
I think he's still short though. O'Reilly.
I thought he was short. In live time, they spotted a good spot, and I guess they threw the red flag because you have to throw the red flag there.
You got to challenge, yeah.
You absolutely have to challenge. Boom. I don't see how you're going to prove he got stopped.
Yeah, I don't. Listen, I don't see a problem with Buffalo at least trying in a case like this. What do you have to lose? Seriously, what do you have to lose?
No, I mean, absolutely. Yeah. If the angle's there, I believe he was stopped. But the angle's not there so far. But there's like, what world did he go? Did he get past anybody? Like, I don't see an angle where I can't tell who he is in the pile, but I don't see a world where, maybe if we run.
Again, I don't see a problem with him at least trying, but you know full well this is going to happen there.
Yeah, they have to come up with a different angle where he doesn't get buried in the pile. That's the thing. Right? He gets buried in the pile. My eyes tell me he didn't make it, but I have no definitive proof from that view.
Yeah.
Which is what I was saying while you were out.
It shall not be overturned.
Cannot imagine that play getting overturned.
No. Only if the officiating was on the take somehow.
Well, they're usually on the take for New England and Brady's. Although this isn't Brady playing, I'm just saying. Wouldn't be surprised, find out that Bill Belichick's pulling the old Lenny Dykstra.
Yes, and who was Lenny Dykstra?
Well, he's in jail now.
Yeah. I idolized him as a kid, I did the batting stance that he did where basically he would choke off on the bat and he'd do this with the bat, which kind of looks like something else now that I realize with sign language.
You're milking a cow. I get it.
Exactly. Yes, that's exactly it. So milking the cow.
Well, somebody's got to get us our daily juice.
They just showed Tom Brady on camera right now. It's like, God damn, that guy never gets old.
That looked painful. Spider-Man, Spider-Man. I remember we had a show where we were talking. I don't know what show it was. We were worried about Spider-Man and what was going on, and now it's $2,500 for a ticket. So,
yeah, 45 minutes. We're going to talk about that tomorrow night on Tales from the Film Set. By the way, available on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram on Tales from the Film Set. Twitter, Film Set Tales. Also available on Zingo TV and Spanglish World Network as well. Never to be not mentioned on that. And we will be talking. We're going to probably be discussing a little bit of what happened with Santa Incorporated, the HBO Max series right now that has literally a 1.1 rating on IMDb out of 10. But that's a topic for another time. So
that is a topic for another time.
Yeah, we're going to discuss that a little bit later. But basically, you have any questions, you have any thoughts, any comments, let us know right now because, again, this is a callback to the old school games of like right now the Patriots have 34 rushing plays and 1 passing play. 12 yards, yards do there. But this is, by the way, the first down stood. So
yes.
Right now New England is at 211 yards to Buffalo's 50 when it comes to the ground. So they're no pun intended, or screw it, pun intended, they're running away with it. He hands the ball off, and I see Mac Jones today as being like that backup quarterback that gets thrown in the middle of a blowout, who all he does is just hand the ball off.
Except he's the starter.
Yeah, I know, but it's the same thing where you get that one guy, all he does is just hand the ball off to the running back. Yeah. Really, one pass. There's a chance that this might be the first time since 1950 that there's only been 1 pass in a single game. I'd love that. I'd be so happy. So.
That would be right. I'm saying like Belichick is laughing at this. Ooh, caught in the backfield,
and basically picked up another first down. And now they're inside. They're about the 20-yard line now, maybe 21. But as we're closing in on the end of the third quarter, they're now in the red zone and in field goal range, either side of the ball, whichever way the wind is going. But again, in this case, Belichick gets,
way the wind blows doesn't really matter.
Actually, in this case, I'm going to say it does, because Buffalo would be going into the wind. That is not a good sign for them.
This guy's running on a bad hammy.
Yep. But you know what? He knows what his job is.
Best run defense, and they're just being shredded.
Yes.
Shredded.
They're doing exactly what they need to do. They're killing the clock. They're killing the clock right now in the process. 4th best run defense. On top of that, Buffalo has to go, like I said, into the wind. The passing is suspect, to say the least. Patriots current drive.
Call it sus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. By the way, they're highlighting Ted Karras right now. Is he related to Alex Karras?
I don't know.
That's fine.
One of the games yesterday, and I should know which game it was, but Greg Olson's calling the game, and the coordinator's name is Greg Olson.
Oh, nice.
And I wanted him at one point just to be like, Greg Olson, not the former tight end.
By the way, third quarter's over at this point. Yes, Ted Karras is the great nephew of Alex Karras that we talked about last night from Webster. Blazing Saddles. Remember that movie? Mel Brooks movie.
Mungo.
Yes, that guy.
Showing my age. Mungo.
Yes. Mungo. Mungo only pawn in game of life. I love Mungo. Just a big old brute of a guy. And I remember as a kid, he rode in on like a giant mule, and it just said yes, no on the back of the ass of it.
Yeah. He punches the horse. That's a great scene.
He punches the horse, knocks the horse over. Yeah. But yes, and then eventually he adopted Emmanuel Lewis, I think was Webster, wasn't it?
Yes, Emmanuel Lewis was Webster.
But in this case, as we approach the end of the third quarter now, looking at the numbers, if you guys can see it on screen. Right now, if you look at the right side there, Buffalo has 50 yards of yards rushing and 76 yards passing. New England,
the football team might, if they were struggling to only score 10 points.
New England has 232 yards rushing on 38 rushes, which, how does the math come out of that? 233, 38, 6.13 yards per rush right now.
Here's the crazy thing. This game, by the way, is showing how unvaluable rushing is. They're averaging over 6 yards a carry. They have over 230 yards. They only have 11 points.
Yeah.
And they've dominated this game. There's no sense that Buffalo is going to come back or that they should change their strategy. So let me make that clear. But it does show when people talk about how valuable passing is. You see it. You're like, wow, 230 yards. No, but nothing. They got 11 points from it. Now they may go up to 18, 19 points even if they score another touchdown here. But wow, that's a very few number of points if you told me it's going to have 238 yards on the ground.
But this is the chance for them to blow it wide open, though.
Yeah, amazingly enough, 17-0, even without the extra point, will be blowing this game wide open.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, it was. This was like this is a Bill Belichick masterclass.
If Mac doesn't throw,
Rubber Ducky coming in with a difference of opinion here.
All right, so you think that actually they're going to be forced to pass here? I mean, right now, like I said, they're averaging 6.13 yards per rush through 3 quarters. So my thinking is, especially if they get the touchdown here. Now, my thought. Now, let me ask you this: if they get the touchdown here, which is I think, scared to stay home, Mac. No, you know what? He's a rookie. Oh, that's a knockback. Now, if they got the touchdown here, my question is: do you go for 2 and try and make it 19, or do you take the 1 and make it 18?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say to Rubber Ducky what he's been saying all along.
He's doing what the boss is telling him to do.
Yeah, and this is not about Mac. I honestly believe at this point, 2 things are happening. Bill Belichick is laughing his ass off that this is working, and he's not showing the Buffalo Bills any of his passing offense for when they play again in a few weeks. Like, this is just Bill Belichick being like, I'm playing 3D checkers or 3D tic-tac-toe.
But exactly, yeah. Well, I mean, listen, they're dealing right now. I don't know if you know this or not. They're dealing with 55-mile-an-hour winds up in Buffalo. So when you have a rookie quarterback who's predominantly grew up and spent his time in the South, he grew up in Jacksonville. This is new shit for him. So basically, it's a 3rd down and 18. So this is going to be, I would say, let him throw for the end zone here. Why not? Because if you don't get it, and nope, never mind. He's going to run the ball anyway. And like I said, you got the wind at your back. Kick the field goal anyway. So, but there we go. Hide that message. But no, I think, like I said, I don't think it's the worst idea because you do what you got to do to win this game. And hell, why not? We're watching history right now. If this ends up with 1 pass play, it's the first time since 1950 there's been like less than 2 passes in a game. I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I can't deny that part of me is hoping he doesn't throw the ball just so we can say we saw this, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a part of me that's just like, I don't even care about the outcome of the game anymore. I'm just interested in him never throwing a pass all game. It's horrible.
By the way, the kick is good, but that thing's like a Madden level, wind blow right there. It started out on the one post and actually nearly went off the side the other way. Loving it. ESPN's not so quick updating either, so come on, ESPN, you got it. You can do it. There it is.
Here's the other thing, and to Rubber Ducky's.
I'm hoping no. I want to keep it at 1.
If Buffalo has a nice long drive, and then chokes, doesn't score, or for some reason decides it's a field goal, and there's like 6 minutes left in the game, then we're all gonna be like, of course he's not going to pass, right? So if we can get this, I think it's highly unlikely we're going to see him throw another pass unless Buffalo scores a touchdown.
No, probably not. But here's the weird thing. I don't have the update on what number is right now for Mac with 20 yards or under. But the game today, it was Mac Jones passing over would be 198.5. If you took the over on that, I'm pretty sure you probably accepted your loss early on.
You took the over on that. You're like, yeah.
He's not going to get like 19.8. So Mac Jones could have.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fewest. I think we looked it up before. The fewest passing yards in the game, I think, was -7 when Tennessee had it in 2009.
And we saw 0 passing yards in the game with a win because Buffalo won when they only threw 2 passes and had no completions. So I'm not sure what record he's going to set, but I think you're right. They're going to word this in some way that it will be a.
You're like, just make one pass, make the guy happy.
Rubber Ducky is looking at Henry for some fantasy value here. Now it all makes sense.
We understand at last.
He went in. There you go, DFS, and you went with Henry, and it's painful.
Okay.
The guy.
Dude, I'm sorry, man.
Got his
so sorry. Oh yeah, I don't see that happening because they're, that's why he's pissed here, and I don't blame you for being pissed. But yeah, listen, Belichick is doing the right thing here for the team. It sucks in this case. It's boring in some regards. So yeah, in fantasy, it's like yeah. If you have Mac Jones as your starting quarterback tonight, you gotta have fun. If you don't have fun, you don't. But yeah, if you have Mac Jones as your starter today, it's like you're going into this. All I need is 3 fantasy points in Yahoo from Mac Jones, and I'm going to win today. And you're like, I remember I had one game like that with Phillip Rivers where it's like all I needed was 2.5 points. I was guaranteed to win. He threw 3 interceptions in the first quarter, fumbled the ball, and they benched him for the rest of the game. I went freaking backwards. Yeah. Could have cared less.
Oh, well, thank you, Rubber Ducky. I think that was a compliment that I will take to heart. I hope you're.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
You take the time to follow us here, as well as anywhere else you can. There's certainly Facebook, there's Instagram, and then there is Twitter. But hold the S on that Stream Punk Sport.
We usually do. We'll do 3 games a week when it comes to football. So we got this one, and then we got Thursday and Sunday. We're also going to be doing, I'm not sure if you're a soccer fan, but we will be doing the MLS Cup because I do cover NYCFC. I was down at the stadium yesterday, and for some bizarre miracle, they're in the finals. They'll probably get their asses kicked against Portland, but we'll be doing a live stream of that as well. So,
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Thank you, bro. You're awesome. So, yeah, like I said, give us your, like I said, you got any comments, thoughts, ideas? Appreciate it. This is just fun. We both finished our workday. We do this. We watch football. We gripe. I'm a suffering Giants fan. We had Brandon on earlier, who's a suffering Jets fan. Obi's a suffering Eagles fan. So we all suffer in unison in some form or another on this show. But 3rd down and 1 at this point. This is, I would almost consider 4-down territory. You're going into the wind.
Yeah.
Ball's completed though, so it doesn't matter. But they're across midfield.
I think that given the scenario that we've seen here,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is exciting. I mean, it really is.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, this even though it's a low scoring, game, and I think some people may have some, complaint they were hoping for a higher score with these two. They're playing the game that both sides, Belichick and McDermott are supposed to do. But that wind is just, like I said, 10 levels of brutal. And the cold too. It's 36 degrees at game time. I'm not sure, what it is now, but they said the wind chill is about 26 degrees and winds 25 to 35 with gusts up to 55 miles an hour. Sadly, I'm not seeing the kicks I would have liked to see, but
We will keep you informed for sure, Rubber Ducky.
Yes, sir.
But right now, the guy who's in shotgun is Josh Allen, who is doing a good job throwing the ball. Not a great job.
Well, 10 for 20, 94 yards on a TD. 13 rushing yards, too. So he's, in my league, he'd be at like 8 points.
Still under 5 yards per pass. And I understand that the
Josh Allen picking up a bunch more on that. Showing the legs in this case. Channeling his inner Daniel Jones with more talent. So.
There's a lot that's going to happen in this game, but Mac Jones ain't going to outrush him.
So, you know what? Here's the thing. I wanted to see something weird with that too, but I haven't seen anything like weird blow on the field. It's just kicks are odd. You know, that field goal before, was going to hit the right. It was actually going to hit the right upright and then just skidded to the left side, and it was almost like Madden card. When you had those Madden cards where you used to be able to just have a massive wind blowing, it was that sort of thing in that kick. But yeah, that's a big run play too.
Yes,
and that also
I did see a plastic bag, but I'm sure that's not exciting.
Yeah, I didn't see anything of value. Also haven't seen any like half naked people in the stands that are drunk.
No,
you think with cold weather like this, you'd get something like that.
I think Bill's Mafia doesn't mess around like that. They're out, they're breaking themselves over tables, but they make sure they're dressed. I think Green Bay, you're more likely to see the half naked man.
Naked man.
Half naked man.
Half naked man. Mr. Nude. I have no idea. Dude, I've been up since 3:00 in the morning. I've lost it at this point. I don't know. Maybe I never had it. But Allen, with a ton of time in the backfield, throws it underneath. Yeah, picks up the first down. And out of bounds, but picks up the first down. So respect. So how can they only attempt one pass or one pass attempt? Because they're running the ball so flipping well. Like I said, you do what you got to do, and 227 yards on the ground.
Rubber Ducky, 1940s. 1940s, yeah. Rubber Ducky, twice in the 1940s. They want their football back.
Yeah, I don't know if you were here for it, but the last time 2 attempts were made last was 1978, something like that.
1978, these same Bills against the New York Jets threw 2 incompletes and 1. Yes. Probably another crazy windy day like this, but that gets forgotten in everything else.
But yeah, looking things over right now as far as passing yards go, since 1987, well, 1988, there's been 2 games that have been, basically 12 yards or less. But here's the funny thing. Buffalo is driving. If they get the touchdown here, they get the lead. What does that do to New England? You have the clock, you got the timeouts, sure. But does that put a little added pressure on Belichick?
I think it does, obviously. A touchdown here.
Yeah.
Does
it force all my disappointment here, or giving Rubber Ducky the whole feeling of it's like finally passed a flecking ball?
No, I don't. Well, let me say this: it puts pressure on him, but it doesn't put pressure on my first and second down. And some of those third downs and longs that we saw, where in the beginning I was like, they're just playing field position. They're going to run the ball. They're not going to take the chances of giving it up. But 3rd and 12, 3rd and 7, even 3rd and 5, we might see a pass. Not on first down, I don't think.
But
even
with first down. But I mean, in this case here, if Buffalo takes the lead and Mac throws a pick, that could ice this game.
Yeah. But he's not that. I'm not worried about his skills as much as I really think it was just like, this is working. Why am I going to stop?
Yeah, this is also 4-down territory, obviously, because you're inside the 5-yard line, whatever it is. You're kicking into the wind. So 2 field goal, 1 you can do from here, fine, but you're not guaranteed to get that second shot.
No, and you don't know where you're going to get that second shot from. So you
exactly.
Have to.
Yeah, and if you don't get it for whatever reason, then you're also at the very least pinning New England deep.
Yes, assuming we do not get a stupid sack or penalty here.
Allen is tripped. Did they call? Nope. Oh, he's sacked regardless. Okay. Oh, that's huge. That's a monster. That's about a 10-yard loss right there.
I just said you can't have a sack. I literally
just took one. Now third down. Oh, the fans are pissed. They just highlighted the fans. You can see the reaction on their face because he bumped into his own player, dropped, but it wasn't a sack because he wasn't touched. Then as soon as he got back up, he was instantly down. Yeah, so he tripped over Sweeney, the tight end. And by that point, by the time he got up, he was already in the grasp. So now you're looking at a third down and Patriot 32 sacks, tied for fourth in the NFL. Trip first, then sack. Throw over the middle.
He's tripping.
And throws it incomplete. Josh Allen wanted a penalty on that. I guess maybe there was a hold or something. I can't see anything yet, but he's pissed. Everybody's pissed at the officiating today. Everybody,
Yeah, well, Josh Allen should be pissed at himself for falling.
Yeah, I see what it was. There was a false start. That's what they're griping about. New England jumped.
False start on the offense?
No, on the defense. New England jumped. Hey, Sean McDermott's pissed. They're all pissed. Yeah, really. But again, this is big because now you have to. Oh, they're going to kick the field goal. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think from there, the 3 points are more important. You get a second chance.
Yeah.
And I'm hesitant to. Well, no, that's the one thing. I will go for it on fourth down all the time, except when you're talking about points. Then I'm a little more like, let's get the points on the board, except for with Harbaugh yesterday.
Wide right. He missed.
Oh, well, that's what happens. It's like
fucking missed.
Against,
that's what happened. With that sack, you send it back with the 33-yard field goal is suddenly a hell of a lot harder. And the wind took it right. Dude.
Look at that. I'm saying the wind is straight up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it is blowing.
Yeah,
that's right. He's on the right hash.
Brutal.
And
now they control the clock.
He couldn't get it into the middle of the crossbars.
Yeah. Here's the thing. He had the leg. He had enough, drive on it, so the wind wouldn't have to take it too much. Because a lot of times when you're going into the wind like that, you take it low to keep the least amount of wind you can get. He had the drive and he had the strength on it, but he just didn't pin it to the center to allow that flexibility for that kick.
Yeah, and he was on the right. Yeah, that was is. Look, I feel the kicker might get the pain. It's going to look on the kicker step, but that sack was unacceptable. Yeah, if you get up, you throw that ball away because that 10 yards, and you saw Josh Allen's reaction just in pure frustration, slamming the ball down. Yeah, he butt fumbled essentially. It doesn't look as bad as the butt fumble does, but nothing can look as bad as the butt fumble can. And B, you ran into your own player. He butt fumbled. Let's call it. He butt sacked. I mean, he butt sacked. It's worse than a butt fumble. By the way, I mentioned one thing here. This game is midway through the fourth quarter. New England is up 4. This, of course, as Giants fans would remember, this was also curiously reminiscent to Super Bowl 42 when New England was also up 14-10 midway through the fourth quarter. The butt fumblers. I like to call them ass fumblers, but The Tennessee Titans hold the record for. Good. I can't. The talks. I can't imagine that we're going to see that second pass now. And we got burned. We being New England has to burn 7 minutes off the clock. The easiest way to do that is with running the ball. You've been running it all day. Mm-hmm. 3 guys have a rush over 10 yards already. Damian Harris, I think, has 2 or 3 over 10 yards. Mm-hmm. So I can't. But if you can stop them here, though, you can get that ball back. You'll be pinned because again, the wind is at New England's back, so even a punt here could go 50, 60, 70 yards even. We haven't seen that kind of distance on the punts. We've seen an extra 5 or 10 yards, but let's say 50 yards, 55 yards. The only thing I can say in this case is if the ball lands, that ball can bounce far. Yes. Yeah.
Well, here's the other side of it. Another reason why Mac Jones will not actually throw the ball either is because an incomplete pass stops that clock.
Yeah.
And
he's lined up in tight formation here again.
He's rolling out, though. He's rolling out, and he threw the ball. He passed the ball, and it's incomplete.
Oof.
He threw the ball. Holy shit, I didn't see that coming.
Nothing crazy like that. Nothing crazy where
he had a little smirk on his face. He's like, yeah, I threw the ball.
Fewest pass attempts in the win. There we go. The 74 Bills with 2.
Yeah, you just saw that. Yeah, I was so convinced that he was just going to basically just roll out and just take it up.
It was play action, though. It was play action,
yeah.
And he should have run. By the way, he should have run that ball.
Yeah, he stopped that clock, and he threw another pass. Stop throwing passes.
Once he threw the second one, it wasn't interesting anymore.
And now I've lost interest. Yeah, damn it. But now
he should not have thrown that pass. He should have taken the ball upfield. And slid.
But yeah, I mean, again, they can still pin Buffalo deep.
Yeah.
Also, Buffalo has only one timeout left, so they have to figure out a way to drive the ball down the field again. They've got another shot here, but that missed field goal is looming extremely large.
So. This was a shocking 3-and-out.
Yes. Ineffectual is 3-and-out too. So
with the incomplete, so we got some. If you're a Buffalo fan, I mean,
there's the punt I was talking about the entire game. Get that freaking launch going.
It's Yes. Yes.
Fewest pass was 5. Yeah, correct. Yeah, good call on that. Good call.
So 51-yard net punt.
But again, pins him. That's the big thing. So yeah, this one we found earlier. Yeah, Tennessee Titans have the fewest passing yards by a team. -7. I wonder who the starting quarterback was for that.
2009. Tennessee Titans. Marcus Mariota.
Could have been.
No, it was not two. Vince Young.
That pass was out of bounds, I think, or no, they're rolling it a catch on the sidelines by Diggs. Tennessee Titans, October 18th.
Against these same New England Patriots.
Pulled it up? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I was a little slow pulling that game up.
Yeah, well, you were keeping track of what's happening in the actual game here. Former New York Giant quarterback Kerry Collins.
Kerry Collins. Oh yeah, that's the only one I could think of. You right there. Oh, Kerry Collins. Yeah, he went 2 for 12 with -7.
And Vince Young was 0 for 2.
But here's the weird thing: he had -7, but his longest pass play was 15 yards, which means that the other.
So obviously, the rest of that was the sack yardage that comes along with that in the NFL for your passing yards. So sacks go against your passing. So that's where it must have been. See if I can get his actual full stat line here. Well, let's get back to the game a little bit while Scott's missing. We get a nice little pass over the top there. We've crossed the 50 already. If you're a Buffalo fan, very happy with that. And yes, JD was right on. Good to see you, JD, my friend. You came in after all the fun of us talking about how no one is throwing the ball, or not throwing the ball, but rushing the ball. I don't even understand. He wasn't even sacked in that game, Kerry Collins. Buffalo is on the move. They've crossed the 50. It is now 2nd and 5. They have intentions of not giving this up. And here we go, pass to Cox for 7. Another first down. We're on the 42, 43-yard line.
Chrome is really starting to piss me off. I just want to point that out.
That's okay. Buffalo is definitely
Second down at 10 right now, 3:45.
with his hands, though. With his hands. Knox.
A little bit of snow falling, too, by the way.
Knox and buttocks.
By the way, I want to mention the Bills offensive coordinator. He looks a lot like Freddie Kitchens. Just want to point that out.
So, Scott, what I was trying to say about I don't want to get too wrapped up in the Kerry Collins game. I thought it was sacks. He wasn't sacked either. So he threw 1 for 12 and 1 for minus 19.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, the second completion, was a negative 22 yards. Yeah. So, yeah, by the way, I'm going to try and work on doing this through like Opera or something that actually, for whatever reason, doesn't give me the errors this one has.
Minus 22 yards to Nate Washington. Meanwhile, Ahmad Hall had the 15-yarder. Oh, okay. Another big play for New England. Not New England, sorry.
And it's 100% back again. There we go. Yay.
17-yard rush for Devin Singletary, another first down, and they are
the ball to Breida.
I would like the ball to go to Breida also. It's the only chance I have.
Hey, JD, how you doing, man? Yeah.
Judon gets this could be big for a lot of things. Because Judon is down. Judon has been quite the player for this team. Captain Morgan, who is starting Breida. Captain Morgan is starting Breida. He needs a lot more points now, though, than enough to make a thing. Yeah, I need a lot of yards from Breida myself here. If he can somehow get 100 yards and a touchdown in the next quarter, that'd be great.
Yeah, if you can go ahead and do that, that would be great.
A lot of messages today. We're doing good.
Yeah. Monday nights are usually a good game for us that way.
Yeah.
And obviously these two are impressive that way as well.
Yes. Okay, it looks like Judon is. This is a big concern if you're Belichick losing Judon. I think for the rest of this, if it's the rest of the game, that's bad enough. But if it's any amount of time,
yeah. Right now, 3 minutes on the dot left, but they're driving. And if Buffalo can pull out, I mean, obviously this is again 4-down territory. You got to look at it that way. But it's 2nd down and 5, 2:50 left. Buffalo has 1 timeout left. Josh Allen, 15 for 27, 144 yards and 1 touchdown, 34 rushing yards, which honestly is pretty solid. But they're at
he's got legs. He always has.
Yeah, they're at the 19.5-yard line. Josh Allen's taken off again and runs out of bounds, but it picks up the first down first. So I'm pretty sure they're going to rule that. Yeah. There it is. And there's the official. Okay, so now in this case, now it's at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, I watched Josh Allen play, and this is what I think your New York Giants, I hate to be changing subjects so quickly for a moment, need to be doing with Daniel Jones. He needs to be playing more like Josh Allen. But I digress.
Here's the problem. They have a running quarterback. When you have a running quarterback, you got to let the kid run. Now, obviously, he's going to be out for weeks to possibly the rest of the season. Maybe his career in New York is over. We don't even know yet. But I don't know. Just tank at this point. You brought in Josh, what is Jake Fromm, whatever his name is?
Jake Fromm.
Your backup quarterback is out. So try the kid. You know what? Maybe, who knows? Maybe it's some kind of a weird Cinderella story where he becomes the new starting quarterback. So I know you play to win. You play to win the game. I know you want to quote a little Herm Edwards there, but I don't know. As a Giants fan, it's bad. Actually, Rubber Ducky, what team is yours? I already mentioned ours in this case. I'm curious actually which team you work with, suffer with, or embrace, depending. New generation of football. What is weird that? What we got? Okay.
Vikes, congratulations on your weekend, Mr. Vikings fan.
Yeah. Yeah, the Vikes are tough that way, and especially with the fact that they, that was the one. If Detroit was ever going to win one game this season, with the way the season was going, this was pretty much going to have to be it if it wasn't for the Bears game the other day. It's the Vikings are a perennial challenge team, and there's been a couple of close runs a couple of times, but I feel for you guys. I gripe about my side of the fence, but at least me and Obi, we've won Super Bowls in the last 10 years or 10, 11 years. Brandon K, he's the Jets fan. Just leave it at that. And also JD as well. Nothing can really be worth that.
This game is really coming down to it now. We got 2 minutes, 15 seconds left.
Yeah, 2nd down and 9.
And, they moved it the last 2 drives. They've been able to get the ball here into the red zone both times. Should be 14-10, 13.
Actually, after this play, I have a question for him. Pass is incomplete. So in this case, you've been a loyal, obviously, Vikes fan. Those last 2 Favre years, how was it for you? How was it in general that when your biggest rival suddenly actually joined your team for a couple of years there? First person perspective, I'm curious.
By the way, the reason the passing might have started was Damian Harris is out. The rest
that
of the
would
game.
do it. That would do it. Well, you saw him limping for a while there anyway.
Yeah.
So it's funny watching Moon and all the and Moss. Josh Allen back, and no, they called a flag and stopped the play from going.
Oh. Well, Buffalo has beat itself.
Yes, they are with a flag on their
a flag there.
Full start on Knox. And this kind, like I said, there is no field goal. You have
Knox
to go
and socks and socks and Knox.
Yeah. And simultaneously, every New England Patriot was going. 3rd down and 14, clear, obvious 4-down territory again, and yada yada, beating the dead horse that's over in the corner. That field goal was very important. But if they don't get the touchdown here, you got the 2-minute timeout, fine, maybe, depending on how fast they do this with 2:11 yet left. But Buffalo has 1 timeout. You could theoretically knee the ball down and call it here. 3rd down and 14. Allen's back, scrambling for his life. And, oh, God, he nearly got sacked. Just tossed the ball away. There you go. He throws it deep and almost had a touchdown there. Okay.
That was a long play.
That was a long play, and it was nearly sacked, made it interesting. But now you're looking at 4th down and 4.
4th and 4.
Oh, 14, sorry. 4th down and 14.
How did they get 10 yards on the incomplete pass? That's you're doing some new football. How do you not? Here's the thing. How does no one get held when you run for this long?
That's and that was close to an interception, or close to an interception and close to so
should have gotten sacked and threw it into coverage.
Mm-hmm.
But
at
that point.
So, all right, we're going to full out commercial break for the 2-minute warning. Yeah, this is coming right down to the wire right now.
Yes. If you like what you're seeing here, go ahead, like us, follow us, go ahead, even subscribe. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Just remember, Twitter's we're hold the S because there's only 15 characters. It's all Stream Punk Sports.
Yes. It's easy to find, easy to remember, and easy to interact. Yeah.
This is
Christmas is 2 weeks away too.
I'm like nervous, and I don't even have a horse in this race.
Huh. Yeah, we finished the last day of Hanukkah yesterday too. That was anticlimactic.
We were driving home from somewhere last night, and there was a Hanukkah parade going through town.
Nice. Okay. You don't really see that too often.
No, we live in a different type of place here. That's all I'll say. So, yeah, had to avoid traffic to get to my house. All right. This is I don't know. This is the worst. Hate these commercials at this time. Like I want to see.
I know these are long ass. Like, I was just gonna say these are long ass commercials here. So.
Yeah. They're drawing this play up in the sand and they're giving them all the time to do it. Like actually, no, they went in the snow, I guess.
Yeah, they went to the beach to get the sand to bring it back to do it.
Yeah, because it wasn't good enough to draw it up in the snow.
Exactly. Yeah, well, not enough snow in this case. Give it a week.
I'll be perfectly honest. I don't want them to get the touchdown here. I want them to get is it goal or first down
yes.
if possible?
It's 4th down and 14.
Oh yeah, let's get 15 yards and then have 4 tries at the end zone. Like let's really just drag this out. They only have one timeout, so
you want like a defensive. Give them a defensive holding, so it's like a 5-yard penalty, but a fresh set of downs.
Oh yeah, I like that one too. Okay. That's what the refs are talking about. How they're gonna make this game exciting.
Yeah, listen, guys. We got to. The ratings are great now. We got to keep the ratings going as best we can. You know, ESPN. Disney. They need the money as much as possible. They're struggling right now. So
yeah. No one's going to the parks.
Well, dude, I mean that new Star Wars hotel. Like we figured it out, it was like $5,000 for 2 nights.
Yeah, sign me up.
Bye, have fun.
As soon as you find me someone to pay for it.
That's the catch. You didn't say that, Okay, so all right, we got a player down too. That's part of the delay on this. So
yeah, you got her at the right time, I guess. Well, Judon's out. I don't know if Judon came back.
I gotta wonder if basically it's cramping again. The same problem that we saw last week. 29 attempts versus 3 in passing. Yeah, I guess
one team came to play football. The other team, they found another way to try to win.
Yeah. This is one of those really, really ugly wins. But if New England's able to hold it off, tell me about the win. Yeah, I know. But Josh Allen's got more experience than Mac Jones does.
Again, I don't think this had anything to do with anything other than the running game was just working.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there was no need to, again, show any of the passing game to this defense for when you have to play them in New England in a few weeks. I think this was a guy playing chess versus everyone else playing football.
Yeah. Right now, New England's averaged 5.3 yards on the ground today. So you get those kind of numbers, you just roll with those kind of numbers.
Yeah, you don't stop.
I mean, like I said, I predicted. Let me go back to the beginning on this again. Actually, you know what? I probably can't. Where did I put it? There we go. Yeah. So you had Bills with the under. So
I got the under.
Yeah. What was the under on that? 3.5. So by the way, they're at the 18.5 yard line right now. 4th down and 14.
I think it was like 36 was the under. It was low.
Okay. It was 36 or 40. So either way, you're in the clear. Even with a touchdown here. All right. Allen's back. Throws it over the top and batted away. Could have been intercepted, but he just screw it. Not going to bother.
No, 4th down, knock it down.
Yeah. So you know what? They turn it over on downs again. And Belichick is a happy dude. As much as he can be. So, so basically, if you're a Patriots fan, a win is a win regardless right now. But that got close. Now, Buffalo still has 1 timeout remaining. And that's a good chance to be able to maybe something can happen.
He had a guy, too. He just threw – I don't know if he threw it better. The wind took it. Yeah, so like I said, if you're a Patriots fan, if you're, a Buffalo fan, if you're just a fan, that's the handoff right there. This is going to be the last timeout, obviously. And then you can, I don't know, do you knee the ball down? Do you try and run for that first down? You got 1:50 left right now. 2nd down,
The running game obviously has been solid throughout, but you still need that first down. See.
Yes. Well, you need one first down.
Yeah. Listen, you go to 9 with a game like this, even if it's 14-10 and your quarterback threw 3 passes, your team is still 9-4. And you defeated your division rival in a big game that's going to matter a massive amount if the two have to face each other again in January. So 2nd down and 8, 21-yard line, another handoff, and another stop. So now we're looking at 3rd down and really about 7. They will have, if this ends up happening, they would have to punt, but it would be a monster punt. Buffalo would have no timeouts, into the wind, and probably you're looking at an 80-yard Hail Mary into the wind, or one of those real weird passes underneath where they just, lateral the ball 19 times and hope for a miracle.
And with the way this game has gone, that's not going to work out for Buffalo.
No, but it's a minute. Yeah, right now a minute. There's something wonky with the clock right now, so it's got a minute 19, but that shouldn't be accurate. That should be lower than that, I think. 3rd down and 7.
Teflon Tom and Billy Belichick. That's one thing I don't disagree with you on. I keep hitting that drum, Teflon Tom.
Yeah, right now, well, Belichick's pissed off about something right now too. Fuck you, Belicheater. Yeah. So, by the way, let me know how you feel right now about the guy. I mean, I'm not totally sure, Deflategate. He'll still get in the Hall of Fame. Feels like 22 degrees right now.
Yeah, well, yes, he will.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
And by the way, that's how you keep your sport popular. You don't say, "Hey, Gen X, remember that guy Barry Bonds and that picture you saw? We're not letting him in the Hall of Fame. It's too sacred. So don't bring your grandkids."
Right now, like I said, it's a minute 23 left.
And stealing signs, too. Rubber Ducky, they steal signs. Look, people in baseball still won't forgive Houston.
Yeah. I'm more or less letting it go after 4+ years at this point. Oh, God, that weather's got to suck. I'm getting chills just looking at it. His chills are multiplying. Well, see, in this game,
goodness.
I know. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're not taking the air out of the balls because nature's doing it for them.
Chill, it's multiplying,
and I'm losing control. Yeah,
I get my flying car out here.
Yeah, that was.
The last scene, it's Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Wait, what happened?
Yeah, it was an odd ending. Literally flying off into the sunset. Okay. 3rd down and 7. 44 seconds left right now. So they would have to run the ball one more time. What could happen is they scramble around for 4 or 5 yards, 4 or 5 seconds, 8 seconds, whatever it is, and then Mac Jones just drops or runs out of bounds.
Yeah.
Little Penny could deflate the ball in the huddle. Yeah. That works. I think that works. But no, I think in this case here, what we're looking at is, you take the loss of yards. That would force 44 seconds. Yeah, you'd need to have to just run back and run out of the way and make sure you don't go out of bounds. Make sure you don't just, throw the passing complete.
Well, what you're going to – yeah, that was a bad pass. The last pass of the game was a bad pass. So.
Patriots
maybe
defense.
Not. Maybe he was trying to get it over to 12.
Which, by the way, I also want to point out, as I mentioned earlier, this would be the if they win this game, 7-game win streak. Okay, they're going to need the ball down here. Oh, no, he's running back, and he drops. Okay. But they're going to have to punt the ball because there's a 2-second differential between the game clock and the play clock. But if you remember what I said earlier, in this 6-game win streak, only once has New England given up 14 points or more on defense. And they're probably not going to do it today. So that's going to be 7 games out of 8, or 6 games out of 7, rather.
Yeah.
That they will give up
this is
13 or less. So
this is scary. You know who this is most scary for?
Technically, yes. In the punt itself.
No. just in general, I'm saying if you're looking at this team, you know who's scared of this team the most? You know who's scared of this team the simple most is Brady. Brady is the person who wants to face this team the least is Brady. Let me face the guy who knows me inside and out, who I beat once already this season, which means I showed him a bunch of stuff.
And
my coach wasn't playing checkers. And
has unbridled contempt for his former protege. Watching basically his young new stud going up against the kid he molded. The man he molded.
No. And as we talked about yesterday, the lead up to that game will be atrocious. It will be unbearable. And yet somehow,
by the way, they're going to knee the ball down, but he's going to probably run it back for a couple seconds. There it is. And Mac Jones runs out the clock by running backwards for about 3 yards, burning the clock for about 2 seconds there, kneeing the ball down. And the Patriots win with an impressive score of 14-10.
No, they will not beat the Buccaneers if Mac Jones only throws the ball 3 times. That I agree with. But
you know what it kind of reminds you of? When you played Madden or Tecmo Bowl or anything like that, and they cover the stats, but you just kept handing the ball off to the running back with that one play over and over. And at the end of the day, your quarterback had like one pass. Am I the only one who ever did that?
Totally reminds me of Bo Jackson in the Raiders. You're like, what did I do? I ran Bo Jackson every play. The same play, and if you called it, I still scored a touchdown.
Yeah, Bo Jackson on one, and then I think Marcus Allen was on the original Tecmo Bowl on the other side. So
yes,
Bo should have been better. Hey, Bo, Bo's now apparently in Madden now, which I think is pretty cool. For all his old farts, so like I remember Bo Jackson. So anyway, this is probably going to do it on this side. We are coming back on Thursday night. Typically, we do these games, all 3 games: Thursday, Sunday, and Monday. We will also be back for the MLS Cup on Saturday. I will be doing that. I'm not sure if Obi or the rest of them are going to be doing that because it's not really their sport. But I'm definitely going to have some, soccer writers, analysts, and people who cover NYCFC alongside me on the show. So we're going to be doing a deep dive into the season on this, talking about them, talking about what's going on with them versus Portland in Portland, and what New York's chances are of having their Cinderella season end in a title. And frankly, as big as New York City is, this is a Cinderella season for them. So, Mr. Spencer, any final thoughts for you, sir?
The only thing I have to say is
Peterson's score was awesome. So, sorry, go ahead.
Is I have one thing to add, and that's there'll be a Drinking from the Garden Hose live special this Friday night at 8 o'clock. You can find us on Drinking from the Garden Hose, Twitter, Facebook, and I might be here for the soccer game. If Scott doesn't get a sufficient crew together, I will definitely join. And if he does, you'll see me in the comment section. So
that's fine.
I know nothing about the sport, but I know how to curse when something bad happens for a New York City team. So I can do that. Or
Portland is an animated fan base too.
Or maybe I'm from the Great Northwest all of a sudden. Thursday night football, then soccer, the MLS championship on Saturday afternoon. What time's that game, Scott?
3 p.m. Eastern.
3 p.m.
So
Eastern.
Noon Pacific. I guess he won't be there for that one.
No, he won't. But don't Thursday night. We can get a Rubber Ducky 69 back in there. All right, I'm going to say goodbye now.
By the way, also starting next season or next year, we're going to also be working with MMA and a lot of diversifying the sports a bit more too. So, but anyway, yes. So that's going to do it for me. I'm Scott Schertzen. That was Mr. Obi Spencer. Thank you to everybody who commented. Thank you, Rubber Ducky. You're awesome. Appreciate it. Have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon. Be good.